Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. My name's Lee Honish. I am joined by Andrew Labouche and Miguel Antonio Barragan, the guys who are pictured down there in the corner. This is a show about boxing. First and foremost, let me say thank you to everyone who listens to the show, but why aren't you watching the videos? I'm going to a lot of trouble, and that seems to be where our biggest crowd is. All you have to do is go to @FightNetRadio on any form of social media, or just type it in one word into your Google search bar, and you can find our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our Instagram, all of that. We're here to provide you with the best boxing content on the web. It's certainly the most opinionated, considering that I listen to everybody else. As always, we'll do a quick check-in. Andrew, how are you?
Doing good, Lee. Just woke up, so you got a fresh battery right now, 100%.
I've got my charger cup and coffee. I'm ready to go. Cafe Bustamante. How do you say it, Miguel? Bustamante?
Bustamante?
Is it Bustamante? Is that how you say it correctly?
I believe so. If I'm not mistaken.
It's the same. You're not a coffee guy, Miguel.
No. I drink cold water in the morning. That's it. I don't do coffee.
It's actually smarter. Andrew and I are stupid. And of course, Miguel Antonio Barragan. How are you, Migs?
Surviving this damn heat. It is about to be 9 a.m. over here, and it's already 95. So this is going to be one of those hot ass summers, and it just barely hit us, literally maybe Wednesday,
Yesterday.
Starting Wednesday, or Wednesday, yeah. But no joke, it barely started getting bad. I mean, it was bad as it is, it was about high 80s, low 90s, but tops. Now we're reaching 112, I think it was yesterday. So yeah, it's a scorcher out there.
Yeah, I'm not sad I moved away from Vegas. I'm not. But then again, it's 4th of July in the hood. Is it 4th of July in the hood up there in Vegas? I don't know what it's like. I don't think I paid attention during 4th of July, but do they do 4th of July in the hood?
Well, they do. This is going to be, I think, the second 4th of July of this neighborhood that I'm in right now, because I recently moved a couple of years ago. But it didn't seem like this neighborhood specifically was too crazy about it. As a matter of fact, we have a neighbor that's like an old veteran who's not too crazy about fireworks. So I don't know how the hell this year is going to go down. But it seems as though he's got everybody on the block a little scared because we got Pahrump nearby, right? We can go to Pahrump and get those illegal ones and shit.
Absolutely.
So that's probably what's going to end up happening, but somebody's going to get the cops called on them.
Yeah. Well, you're familiar with my area. It's the 8 crazy days of 4th of July, which started a couple of nights ago, where I live on a hillside, so I can watch it kind of effectively. I don't understand the aggressive nature of wanting to blow shit up for 8 straight nights. Cool, I guess. Last night was pretty spectacular. They were launching mortars from sundown till about 11 or 12 o'clock before the helicopters swooped in and put an end to it for the evening in East LA / Boyle Heights. I'm sure somewhere Oscar was very disappointed. Very disappointed. Is that racist? Felt racist.
Nah.
This is a show about boxing. If you have not listened to us before or anything, click like, subscribe, or as Miguel likes to say for you younger generation, smash the like button. We would appreciate it if you shared our content anywhere on the web that you feel like it. Just not the promoters. We'd still like to go to fights. With that said, we will jump directly into our content for today. And to do that, we will start right at the top with actual video, because we didn't cover this. I don't know where to start, Andrew. Let's cover something that has not had a story written about it. I think that's probably the correct place. In a 24-hour... Did you just yawn into the microphone, Andrew?
You guys picked up? Jesus. It's so weird.
In a 24-hour period, the happiest day of my life in boxing occurred. Max Kellerman got laid off. Let me use air quotes. Can I use air quotes correctly here? Laid off. And Andre Ward also reached the end of his contract remarkably in the same 24-hour period. So for those of you who don't know the story, let's cover it. Max Kellerman's background was his epic mistake to say that he was a part of domestic violence. Anybody want to dispute that statement? Good. That's what I expect out of the two of you. Number two, and Andrew brought this up last night, Andre Ward had a very contrary stance to COVID from what is considered the mainstream news. All right, so let's start right there. Andrew, is there a coincidence that these two guys that seem to have baggage, that don't appear to be woke, that don't appear to be left, are suddenly removed from the Disney lineup?
Well, Max Kellerman, I think, look, he got away with his comments a few years ago. I don't think his comments is what got him canned yesterday. I think it's his ratings.
God, I hope so.
I mean, come on, Lee. He said that when he was on HBO. ESPN, they suspended him. They didn't kick him off the air. They didn't drop his show.
That was pre-Disney. Pre-Disney.
I don't know when Disney bought ESPN, but they didn't. There was nothing done. So no, I don't think it had anything to do with domestic. I just think Max Kellerman's time has really run out. His HBO days are over. He really never got into a show that has carried ratings. I know they tried to do the what's that one show where they argue back and forth, but it didn't work out. He's not good in other sports. He's really only
Max,
a boxing
wait,
guy.
hold on. How about Max Kellerman is just a raging hard-on of a dick?
Oh, yeah, no, I think you have a personal issue with the Max Kellerman, but no, I think this just had to do with ratings. He's very one-dimensional, and ESPN, when you're looking to cut some money, you're gonna go after the guys that are one-dimensional. The guys that can do multiple sports and do multiple platforms, you're gonna keep them because you get more for your bang, right? And Max Kellerman, you're paying all this money, and basically all he can do is talk boxing.
Yes, but I think we all knew that going in when we hired him after he was doing podcasts on his mom's sofa in the basement. I mean, he's...
My bigger question is, why didn't he ever become more of a play-by-play for ESPN? Why didn't they use him like HBO was using him and put him on the commentary side?
So here's my comment to that. How much of a dick do you have to be where Kriegel keeps the job and you lose the job? We've all seen Kriegel. Kriegel looks like a hard-on.
Yeah, but I don't think Kriegel makes Max's money, Lee, and that's really what they were talking about. Max Kellerman came with a price tag. He's from HBO. Maybe they thought they were going to get more ratings than they have, but I don't think Kriegel and Max Kellerman make the same.
Can we examine that statement? I don't think there's a single boxing guy that moves the needle. I mean, maybe if you got Mike Tyson to do play-by-play, you might move the needle. But if you look at the entire top rank layout, right? Tim Bradley, Andre Ward, who's we'll talk about that next. Max Kellerman, Kriegel. I mean, everybody they plugged it. None of those guys they're not needle movers. I mean, this isn't like you hired Mike Tyson to do play-by-play.
He coming from HBO. HBO is the big boy on the block. He was looking to take over Lampley's position if HBO would have stayed on air. No, I'm surprised ESPN hasn't used him more as a play-by-play guy. So no, I don't know why they didn't do that, but
because he's a dick.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I still was going to say that. I think Showtime or DAZN need to look at Max Kellerman. If I'm DAZN, I'm looking at Max Kellerman immediately. I'll fire anybody on my
All
commentary.
right. So what are you gonna? You're gonna get rid of Sergio Mora.
Anyone.
Sergio Mora
Hey,
is doing it
flip a
for like a
fucking coin.
sandwich.
Flip a coin, Lee. Flip a coin. Max Kellerman, he tops all of them.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Do you have a comment about Andre Ward and the possibility that his strong stance on COVID bothered the woke left?
Oh yeah. No, ESPN. Disney don't want any part of Son of God. Sorry. They're on a whole new thing right now, and Andre doesn't fit their platform anymore. Yeah, his stance on the COVID thing, I think we all knew his time was up. Man, remember they even said COVID was over, and they still had Andre Ward at home. I know we had said it a few times on this show. When they bringing Andre back? Why is he still in his fucking bedroom? Isn't this shit over? You know, they they kind of just like, all right, you know what? You're on contract, so we'll have a camera at your house. So they're probably like you, Lee. We'll send you a laptop. You just turn it on. Your name is the fucking password. Press that button, you'll be on there. There you go.
It's like put your belts behind you. You know, put them on a wall behind you.
Yeah.
We're good.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing the show without pants, and that's kind of the point of doing the show without pants. I mean, come on. Midway through this, if we talk about these guys getting laid off again. All right, Miguel. Where would you like to fall on the aluminum foil scale? Are we just looking at a series of coincidences, or did the woke left mob, fuck them, they can't take a joke?
Well, as I understand it, ESPN has let go of both Max Kellerman and Keyshawn Johnson as well. So that's what I understand. That's what I first heard and when I first read. I don't know who the fuck Keyshawn Johnson is. I don't know
if he's made player.
Any comments.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Here's the hilarious part. You know so little about football.
Bum, bum, bum.
I have no idea who the hell the dude is.
How do you not know Keyshawn Johnson? He's a football player.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, he does something for ESPN, whatever it is his gig is at ESPN. So he got let go too. So I don't know if he had any comments that he made recently that were against their narrative. But or maybe he was
narrative.
Just a scapegoat.
Look at you using the terms.
Oh, listen to me.
Next, you're gonna go for pronouns.
Oh, geez, here we go. Yes. So yeah. My pronouns are try me. No.
Yeah. By the way, this is the section I'm cutting up and sending out as our big reel for the week. Can I just say this? And Andrew knows this because he's in San Francisco. People should be allowed to go out and do whatever they want to do, right, Andrew? You're in San Francisco. That's just kind of the way it is. We grew up in California. Let people be people. So you can be a he. I'm going to say this to everybody. It's a hot take. Get ready for your bum, bum, ba. You ready? I whipped this out on my mom the other day, and she is completely all the way to the left, and she laughed her ass off when I said this. I said, you know what? You can identify as a mailbox, a him, a her, an it, a two-penis vagina serpentine that attacks people. I was joking on my day call. I go, I'm going to identify as a real estate agent. And they go, you're joking. I go, yeah, why can't I? It's California. Now, everybody follow me on this. Wait, Andrew, you like this. I can identify as a technician who repairs AC units. I can. Technically, can't I? It's California, right? You can't discriminate. I could just show up at the job with you. I'm gonna go work on the heating and AC with you. I'm gonna qualify, right? Here's my comment. You're right. You can qualify as anything you want, all 365 categories, all of you. And I say this to the people of Egypt. All of you in Egypt can qualify as Americans if you want. It's not accurate, but if you want, knock yourself out. Here's what I can say. If you're ugly, I'm still going to call you ugly. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
Make sure to tip your waitresses.
Tip your waitress. I told my mom that. She goes, do you have anything against trans people? I go, no, but they're still fucking ugly with a mustache. I mean, my opinion of them not looking, well, you're body shaming. Look, take a breath. Ugly is ugly, okay? Ask Bud Light. I bet they'd like to have the last 6 months all over again. From planning meeting to where they are right now. By the way, Bud Light, if you need a sponsor, I'm your guy. I'm your guy.
Oh yeah. Well, by the way, on the damn fight too. Like, of course, we're talking about ESPN and Disney, right? Like, their big ass sponsor is Bud Light. Like, there's a big ass Bud Light logo in the
and they all
center of the
stuck it
fucking
on
ring.
Teofimo. I am
Yeah, they did.
surprised that Teofimo's kept his shit together. Actually, after he
As
had
long as
a
the tech
Disney
clear is.
sponsor, he had a Bud Light sponsor. All he needed to say was after, "Fuck gays." Way to go, Teofimo.
Nah, as long as the check clears, I don't think he gives a rat's ass. But yeah, back to this topic here. I was talking.
Well, do you
about,
find any coincidence to all of it?
Well, I mean, it certainly is. I mean, the thing is, we don't like. I like the fact that that Andre didn't mention anything until after the broadcast, right? I'm sure he doesn't want to make any enemies or anything. So as soon as it was over, then he sends out a tweet or the Instagram post talking about it being his last show. I mean, frankly, if anybody was going to get the boot, I thought it would be Tim Bradley, not him. But I mean, I guess because of these comments that he's made recently or relatively recently, then that kind of makes sense because Tim Bradley seems to be a company man. He says whatever the fuck Top Rank wants him to say.
Hold
so
on, hold on.
If he's going
I'm
to play
being
ball,
joined. You know who I'm being joined by in my headset as I point to my headset. We are joined by the one and only Top Rank Bob. Top Rank Bob, do you want to weigh in on Tim Bradley? Listen, he does it for a bowl of soup and like $50 a show. How do you beat that? I mean, he can see at a 14-degree angle. He can watch the drink girl on the far right, and he can watch the fight with his left eye. I call that a win. I thought that was a good joke. I thought it was a good joke, Miguel. That's why.
Definitely not one-dimensional.
Right. Precise.
I wouldn't interrupt if I didn't think the joke was good. And when it doesn't pop the crowd, I'm very disappointed every time.
Well, I was shocked that when I heard of specifically Max, because I thought Max, like what Andrew was saying, I thought he was going to be the predecessor. Basically, he's the dude that next in line after Jim Lampley, and I thought he was going to be the next thing. Because most of these streaming services, they have a certain formula, right, with their broadcast team. They have a guy who runs the shit, the lead. They have a former professional boxer who's going to give you a little bit more insight, and they have a third guy, whoever the fuck he happens to be. So we can't have too many of those. I thought Max would be at one point the lead guy on any one of these shows, and then they'll have the one boxer and then the third dude. So that's pretty much what everybody does. Showtime has Abner Mares, and these guys have ESPN. I'm saying have like Ward and Timothy Bradley on the same one, and DAZN have Sergio Mora. So that's kind of the thing, right? We get it. That makes sense. They do it in the UFC as well. It's pretty common now. It wasn't at one point, but HBO kind of they're the trendsetters. So anyway, so I thought he was going to be the next big thing, but now now they're gone. They got the boot. And again, I don't know who Keyshawn Johnson is or why the hell he got let go, or if he did anything specifically, or they were just trying to do, the
house cleaning. It was all house cleaning.
Well, what is it called? Remember like the DC sniper was like trying to go after somebody, but then he went after a bunch of other people so it can make it look random. Like that's
this
what
show is going off the deep rails really early.
It's just like we're just gonna let go a bunch of people, and we really want to let go of Max and fucking Andre, but we're gonna throw a third guy in there, just kind of like so it looks random.
Token.
Okay,
if
Token.
You watch, if you're a South Park person, it's Token. No, he's named after the guy from. Did you ever see the Token episode of South Park?
No.
He's named after Lord of the Rings. What did you think his name was? I thought his name was Token. Yeah, right. Token. Just like Lord of the Rings. What did you think his name was, Kyle? Oh no. Kyle realizes he's racist. All right, Miguel, you're younger than both Andrew and I. By a considerable amount. I'm sure you watch some social media. Have you ever seen the game Rank Them without knowing what comes next?
No. Tell me about
All right, so this is a trend on TikTok and the shorts and the reels. I'm going to make one right now for everybody. So if you're watching this right now, this is the first Fight Net Radio. Rank them without knowing what comes next. I'm picking you, Miguel, because you've met most of them. These are the top 5 biggest sea suckers / assholes in boxing announcing. But you got to rank them, not knowing who's coming next. Andrew, you can chime in. So let's go with the easy one. Number 5, Dan Rayfield.
Well, hold on. So we're ranking them as to be in what?
One is the worst, 5 is the
one.
least.
Then one. He's already got one.
Wait, hold on. You don't know what's coming next. So I know this is your first time doing it. You might want to, I'm just telling you, you might want to temper the vote. I would personally, knowing the game, and I'm also picking the names, not a bad call. Dan Rayfield. Have you met Dan Rayfield, Andrew?
Lee, are you fucking serious right now? Come on, dude.
I am telling you, this is a huge
serious right now?
trend on social media. Number 4, Kriegel.
Are we supposed to wait until you're done with all of them before we answer?
No, you don't know who's next.
Probably 4, I'd say. Not
okay.
That bad.
Number 3, Mauro Ranallo.
No, he's a 5. Mauro's a cool dude. I'll say 5, the least.
Wow. No, Andrew. Actually, I'm trying to do this because this gets more social media views. Andrew, I'm not making this shit up. There'd be little pop-ups on the screen, and it would be great. Andrew's making me feel bad about my bit. Did we cover it now, Andrew, for you? We didn't really determine.
Let's move on. We got a lot of news, Lee. Oh, we were playing.
Do we really? Well, let's cover a story we didn't cover last week, and we probably should have. I'll switch over to screen share so I can get more social media hacks out of this. Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg. And Dana got involved last week and said that this was legit. Miguel, we both know that Zuck,
the guy who was talking shit about circus fights, is now all in on this one. Now.
He's all in. He's all in and willing to. Make it.
Oh, and let him explain why it's not a gimmick fight. Let him rationalize his dumbass fucking decision.
Well, first of all, let me say this on Zuckerberg's account because I do stupid shit like him, right? He went, he trained, he went to the Pan Ams, no gi, and won a medal, Miguel. Won a medal.
Well, I mean, come on now. They're gonna let him.
Competed in a tournament where you don't get punched in your fucking face, right. Lee. Is he getting punched in his face? Because I bet you his attitude changes.
And then what? Dana tried to sell this because Musk is bigger and he's done jiu-jitsu and karate. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, I realized that all we've ever talked about on this show is about getting an absurd amount of money and making ourselves WBC champions. Fake. These two are actually doing it in real time. Now, here's my question.
Hey. But wait a minute.
Go ahead.
But wait, Musk isn't doing anything but replying to a challenge, right? He didn't start this shit. This has all been Zuckerberg who started this.
He did under a fake name. By the way, under a fake name, he did win a Pan Am no-gi tournament.
Are you playing the Pan Am Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu only league? Is that what they're doing when they fight Elon Musk? Or is he going to get punched in his face? Because I'm telling you right now, Zuckerberg does not look like a man that could take a punch to the face. He really doesn't. I don't give a fuck about his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We're talking about getting punched in your face. Big difference.
Miguel?
Yeah, I don't know who actually started or who threw the first rock or stone or whatever, right? That's how I say it. But was it Zuckerberg? Because I don't know. Like, I mean, I keep up with a certain amount of this.
Like Lee said, he won a medal. He
got full of himself.
UFC the other day. The guy's got a real hard on. Thinks he's a badass right now, right? Thinks he's a badass. So he called out Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk reminds me of a man who's going to accept any challenge. His ego just seems to be that way. And he accepted it. There it is right there. So fucking, let's do it. But the fact that Dana White got involved in this after fucking clowning boxing for all of these celebrity matches they've been doing and how, the UFC is just on a different platform. That was like the real. And then he said it's the biggest fight he's ever going to do. What a slap in the face to all of his fighters. Seriously.
Yeah. And literally what he's saying is like, this is the most money that we can possibly fucking get, and not be distributed to the fucking.
This will be the highest grossing fight of all time. Period.
Yeah. I mean, this is the gimmicks of all gimmicks. Like, this is some sideshow circus shit as like the tops. And I would not be surprised. I mean, look, I don't think it's going to happen, obviously, right? This is all hypotheticals talk because I don't think they're actually going to do it. But if it legitimately, yeah, exactly. But if it ever got to the point where it was a possibility, yeah, you best believe fucking, you know, how Dana White's going to have his fists all up in the shit. That dude is so, like, if it makes him, you know, money, he'll forget he even went the other way with the conversation. So, yeah, they're gimmicky as shit. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know for a fact Elon Musk has 2 or 3 years of jujitsu, and I kind of relate to his whole. Do you realize there's a reason for his? He had the best line, and I have operated and taken calculated risks on this one line. There's a reason for weight classes. Yep, there sure is. I don't care how good Zuckerberg is. All right. Let's just hypothetically say Zuck has secretly become a purple belt, right? Mm. You're still going to take on a dude who's 240 pounds? Like, are you, he's what, 220?
Damn,
let's say that he starts, yeah, he's big. He's about my size. He's a big dude. So
he's
from?
About South Africa or something?
Yeah, African? Whatever. Oh, right. He's an alien from another planet. But he's right? So, the one thing I've always known, even when I sparred, fuck yeah, give me a middleweight or a lightweight. That's an easy day. Like, I can ragdoll their asses around. I don't care how much jiu-jitsu they know. I'm just.
Have you ever looked at Zuckerberg? Oh my god, I think Elon Musk is
spindly. He's very spindly and small.
Lee, if you're telling me that Musk has the same background in jiu-jitsu as Zuckerberg has. Zuckerberg's getting his ass kicked, bro. I'm serious. If they do this fight, I got all my money on Musk. If he knows how to defend Zuckerberg's
all he needs is a guard. Wait, Andrew. All he needs is a guard. All you need is a guard.
It's like, yeah, it's kind of I got no faith in Zuckerberg. I really don't.
All right. Early predictions if it actually happened. Andrew, you're all in on the alien Musk.
Yes. Yeah, he just seems more of a man, and now you're telling me he has the same background in the fighting.
No, I don't. I think he's a year or two. First of all, he hasn't trained in years, but he's got multiple disciplines, right? I know this for a fact. He's got not karate. What's the one that they all like, Miguel? The striking one. It's not karate.
Muay Thai.
Yeah, one of those, right? But he's also got jiu-jitsu, right? So he's got a couple.
Let's not forget he's like 50. So, you know, but rather not that plays a factor. You know, considering
it doesn't.
Well, just say.
I mean,
toss that in there.
We all know they're only going to do 2-minute rounds.
Yeah, and mind you, like the challenge was out there for a cage match. We're talking about a scrap, like punches being thrown here. So,
you think they're really doing 5-minute rounds?
No. If they want, hell no, they won't. I mean, obviously they're not gonna, but I'm talking about like they're gonna throw. If they're gonna throw down, it's not gonna be no fucking grappling match, obviously, right? It's gonna be like throw down punches, and you know who's got the Mang strength? Probably fucking Musk.
Yeah, I completely agree. Miguel, where's your money?
It's going to be on Elon as well. He's going to be a slight favorite, though. I think people are going to put a hell of money on fucking, probably out of fear, but they're going to put money on what's his name, Zuckerberg. But yeah, I'm sure that Musk is going to be the favorite, and that's where my money goes.
Apparently, I'm the only one who actually has Fight TV, so I've actually seen Zuckerberg. My money's, if he doesn't get hit, my money's on Zuck.
That's big.
His jit is legit. It's legit. It's legit. It's legit. Although he was wearing like a green and white, like he had a weird belt at the tournament. Like it was weird.
No,
oh well.
It's a special meta belt. Yeah.
It's a meta belt the WBC created just for the event because Zuckerberg was there. That was great. All right, let's move to real news. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. The audio people are like, Lee, do you really cut these up and just try to get views? Yes. Did you not notice from the first two pieces of shit we just cut together? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. This is your news of the week. Bum, bum, bum. I was going to have music. I was really going to try hard this week. I was.
Elon Musk once challenged Vladimir Putin to a fight.
I like that fight.
I like that fight too, but you got to have a lot of confidence challenging the dictator.
All right, here's the problem with Putin. He is a judoka. He's not a jiu-jitsu guy, but he's a judoka. It's like fighting Ronda Rousey. All right, so here's my comment on judokas. They've never been hit in the face. Miguel, enlighten me. What happened when Ronda first got hit for real in the face?
Oh, I won a lot of money on that fight. I can enlighten you. The fuck? I can enlighten you on that one. Would they give me 7-1 odds on a boxing champ? Dumbasses.
Why is it? Well, and it's going to be a discussion later on. I'll keep saying it till I'm blue in the face about boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu. It's Mike Tyson 101. I go to the school of Mike Tyson. Everybody's got a plan, Miguel, until you get hit in the face.
And that shit goes out the window real fast.
We saw that last night, didn't we? All right, let's talk about actual boxing news stories for this week. Those were fun, and will get us lots of clicks. Hey, if it's your first time watching Fight Net Radio, click like, subscribe, and Miguel would like me to say for you people younger than that age, smash the like button and share with your BFF in Utah. Eddie Hearn says not every Canelo Alvarez fight was a success for DAZN. So Damage Control this week, Eddie Hearn has lost Canelo. We all know that. That was a big topic last week. So now Eddie Hearn has gone on the offensive to say, I think it's a good move for him. Of course, we always want to promote Canelo Alvarez. We've made him an offer. We didn't have a fight for him in September. We were asked to make the Bivol fight, but that wasn't possible. He's got to make his move. I wish him all the best. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? This is Akopayan, a boxing scene. What happens when you guys translate this into written text? I realize nobody reads but me, but can I just do this? I am not just saying this, comma, but honestly, comma, DAZN is fine. Period. It got to a stage where not even Canelo Alvarez's fights, where not every Canelo Alvarez fight is a success for DAZN. Period. Ooh, they got this right. He has a massive name who's done massive numbers for us. He's always been a success for Matchroom, but it comes to a point where the broadcaster says, am I getting value? No shit, Sherlock. And the fight, like, can we do that one again? This is the greatest line ever. Tell me, Andrew, that this is not the equivalent to Bob Arum going, not every fight's a good fight. Sometimes they're a single.
Yeah, it's a bunch of singles.
But it comes to a point where the broadcaster says, in this case, DAZN, am I getting value? And the fights that are available. The answer is not necessarily. If we had Charlo fight or the Benavidez fight, things may be different, but we don't. This is I'll start with you, Andrew. Tell me that this is not the equivalent to yeah, sometimes they're a single. Yeah, Pacquiao versus Horn, that's a single. I'm not looking for big money. I'm just looking, get my money back and maybe 10% on it.
Yeah, no, look, it never worked out. The contract that he signed with DAZN and never worked for them. But I don't blame Saul Alvarez. I blame Eddie Hearn. Rocky Fielding, Kovalev, Callum Smith, Avin Yerdim, Billy Joe Sanders, John Ryder. Who are these guys?
Jason
Why
Quigley.
do they get shots?
Sorry, I just keep getting Quigley in there. Jason Quigley.
Yeah, it's the opponents. It was not Saul Alvarez's fault that his contract didn't work out. You're picking guys that America doesn't know. We're not spending top dollar to watch Saul Alvarez fight a bunch of white guys from the UK.
Who's the guy that he fought? Who's the guy that he fought in Mexico?
Unfortunately, DAZN probably did the wrong thing here and fired the wrong guy.
You think they should have fired Eddie?
All I'm saying, it's not Saul Alvarez's fault that his contract didn't work out over there. All he can do is fight the guys that they're putting in front of him. You look at Eddie Hearn and ask him why so many of Canelo's opponents were people from his stable and not the guys that the public actually wanted to see Canelo fight. The fight that they announced, that they re-announced, we'll get into it. The first thing everyone started saying, oh, this fight was supposed to happen years ago. It's shit like that it held up his contract over there at DAZN. It's not Saul's. I guess his star power was set when he got there, and it was Eddie Hearn that has killed it, in my opinion.
Put a pin in that statement of that fight should have happened when, because I've kind of shied away from the Crawford stories and everything else. But here's my question, Andrew. When's the first time that you can remember a fight where the fight happened way past where it should have happened?
Well, some would point at the Whitaker-Chavez fight, right? The Whitaker and Chavez were both champions at lightweight. They don't fight until, 3 divisions later? Both Chavez was already 33, I believe, when Whitaker finally faced him. So that, in my history, that was one of the first fights that I seen that got done way over. You could also look at Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, right? That was a huge fight that should have been done years before it actually played out. They still made good money, but they were both old men when they finally faced each other.
I just thought I'd ask because I think
Florida
this
Manning.
is.
That's the biggest one.
This right.
Oh,
right. Am I wrong about this, Miguel? This is a historical perspective, right? We as fight. I'll keep saying it. You fight fans are the dumbest creatures on the planet. Like, this is strictly about money at the key moment that will maximize, and promoters and fighters play this very weird, delicate game of balancing. I'll fight when, we'll fight when. I mean, look at the heavyweight division right now, Miguel. I mean, it's literally a game of I'll do it if he does it on a Sunday and there's Buffalo and I get paid $100 million. I mean, that's the entire top 10 of the heavyweight division right now.
Well, there's a disparity. There's like the top dudes who just want to make like fucking, 8 figures or whatever. And then there's like everybody else, basically. So, yeah, I mean, they're not going to. I'm thinking that DAZN legitimately thought that they were going to get like big numbers with a Canelo Triple G 3 fight. Their second fight on HBO made like, or had like 1 point. It was over 1 million fucking pay-per-view buys on HBO. So when shit, went down and that went down, HBO, they went belly up or whatever as far as they got out of the boxing business, and DAZN, brought Canelo over, and then of course Triple G as well. They were really anticipating that they were going to make their money back on that third fight. Apparently they didn't, strike when the iron was hot. By the time they fucking got around to that third fight, they lowered, of course, Triple G in with that fight, and Canelo's like, "What? I never said I was going to fight the motherfucker. What the hell?" So I think they were really banking on that third one big time. And then, in the meantime, like, well, we'll have Canelo, collect some belts at 168 or whatever, then make a big showdown with Triple G down the line. And then by the time that fight happened, I mean, Triple G was already older, and we kind of figured, who was going to win that one. So I like, something tells me that that's what they were like particularly banking on. And then when that didn't go through, they kind of, I mean, now Eddie Hearn has to kind of admit, like, fuck that. Yeah, we kind of dropped the ball on that shit. And I don't know where they are. I mean, right now, earlier they were talking about what's his name, Max getting the boot from ESPN. I don't know. Can DAZN afford his ass right now? Like, I don't know if they're going to be able to pay him the same amount of money. I think he was getting like $5 million a year at ESPN, as what I read on the New York Post article. Wow. So yeah, ESPN was raking up that kind of cash for fucking Max. I mean, I highly doubt DAZN is going to pull that shit off, especially what happened right now with with Canelo. So yeah, I'm thinking they were banking way too hard on that trilogy with Triple G and Canelo.
They absolutely were, Miguel. And another thing where they fucked up on the Triple G fight was they paid him too much. Wasn't it something like he was making $20 million a fight when he first signed with DAZN? Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like $100 million over a course of how many years?
And can we blame him for wanting to sit out until he gets a Berlanga fight, or he gets something that actually generates some real cash for him? Like, he's got what, 2 fights left in him? 3 max?
No, right now I think Triple G's he's waiting for his last check. No, and they dropped the ball on that too, because Jaime Munguia should have fought Triple G years ago. Eddie Hearn has sat on that fight. I don't know what the deal is with them two not fighting each other yet.
Well, okay, let's examine that for a second, right? I don't disagree that he should have fought Jaime Munguia. Why is the only reason that fight didn't happen? I'll give my perspective. Jaime Munguia would not be able to handle a crafty veteran like Triple G.
Who cares?
Well, no, why would Oscar risk the O on Triple G?
Oscar don't care about that. All of his fighters take defeats. He puts them all in matches that they're underdogs. He does not care about that. They're both on the same network. It seemed like a real easy fight. Triple G was so hot with the Mexican fan base when he first gets over to DAZN. It just seemed like the right fight to get made all these years, and it still hasn't. It's a drop of the ball on Eddie Hearn's side. I'm telling you, that fight would have got better.
In Anaheim, Miguel, in Anaheim, Munguia, Triple G, right? The Triple G crowd from Santa Monica, the Munguia crowd from South. How off the chain. You could have put that in Anaheim Stadium. You could put that where the Angels play. I think they would have sold that seriously.
Yeah, I'm sure it would have. I mean, it's not it doesn't take a fucking brain surgeon to figure this shit out. It's like, why? I agree with what Andrew's saying. I don't think they want to fucking risk. I mean, after what happened with fucking Ryan and shit at this point, I don't think they want. Like, they know what's his name, Munguia's cap, like his roof, his ceiling. Like, they know that fucker's not going to get any better. It's like, at this point, they might as well throw him into the deep end. Right? We've talked about this before, but after De La Hoya losing, quote unquote, what's his name, Canelo, right? And then now Ryan losing, and then Soto losing. So it's like he's kind of running out of stars, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't think he's going to want to risk the last one that because I mean, it sucks that they're not putting more focus on fucking Virgil Ortiz, because I think he's still with Golden Boy. But I mean, nonetheless, it's like, damn it, they're really, really banking on fucking Munguia, and I think he's going to do whatever he can, Oscar, I'm saying, to protect him.
So my question would be, I don't know what to make of all of this. I mean, to be very seriously and honest, I'm frustrated with boxing again, Andrew. I'm frustrated with boxing again.
I don't know. I'm not. Whatchamacallit? Are we still on the commentators leaving the network? Where are we on right now?
No, we were on Eddie Hearn and Canelo. All right, let's move forward. We'll go to the next story, because this one will make you crazy too. Now, I need to preface this because I am not in charge of knowing boxing history. That is Miguel and Andrew's story. What is the name of Teofimo Lopez's dad?
Well, Teofimo Lopez's dad?
Yeah. Do we know Teofimo's dad's name?
He's senior, right? I mean,
all right, so it is junior, right?
Yeah.
Because the headline is Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo is a Hall of Famer, no doubt. I am hoping that he's talking in second person, but there is, and from what I know, this could be the dad talking about his son, right?
I think it is.
Most likely.
Well, it doesn't really qualify in the article, so shout out to Hans Themidosto of Boxing Scene for not qualifying the statement either. He just says Lopez had this to say. Wait, I'll read it verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hope he's talking in Would it not be great if Teofimo officially dropped into third person and started doing that routine?
Like The Rock?
Yeah, right. Finally, Teofimo is a Hall of Famer, no doubt, said Lopez to Boxing Scene. Two-time undisputed world champion, Yeah, see, that part kind of tells me it's his dad. Two-time undisputed world champion, 25 years young, two-division world champion, lineal world champion. All right, let's stop right there for his dad. So you've done two timelines, right, in the Marvel universe of boxing, and you think you're an automatic Hall of Famer for two weight classes. I am telling you, somewhere Manny Pacquiao is having a heart attack, literally having a physical heart attack. Let's go on to see what else he has to say. See, and then it ends with, I accomplished all my goals. I'm happy with what I did. I think he's talking in the third person. Oh my God, please let this be real. Please let this be real. Finally, Teofimo has come back to boxing. Oh my God. Can we start making that a character? Teofimo the Rock. Teofimo. You guys are in charge of coming up with the name, but I'll do the voice. Listen, Teofimo's a Hall of Famer, no doubt, you jabroni. I'm a two-time undisputed world champion at 25 years young. I'm a two-division world champion. I'm a two-time lineal world champion, you jabroni. What did you say? It doesn't matter what you say. Teofimo's a Hall of Famer. It's not a bad. Tell me, Miguel. You're in charge of quality.
It's a nice little new. Yes, it's a nice, great, like, new character since he's going to exit the sport real soon. A nice little new character. Jeez.
Oh my God. Miguel. I'm sorry, Andrew. Andrew, do you want to vote on whether or not we keep Teofimo Rock?
Yeah.
Joining
fine.
the show is Teofimo Rock.
Yeah, we got to find a new name for him, though.
Well, there's got to be a combination in there, right? Like, I realize we have Top Rank Bob. We have Oscar the Simp from the San Gabriel Valley. I still like my Oscar. I'm the only one who gets the joke at this point, but it's still hilarious. And I'm hoping that when my ex watches any Fight Net Radio episode, she goes, why is he still being a dick? Why is he still being a dick about every guy from the Valley? Yeah, I am. Because I've got a platform. So now we've got Teofimo the Rock. Andrew, what do you think?
We should call him the Fimo. We should call him
Wait, hold on.
Fimo.
Andrew, what do you think? It doesn't matter what you think.
All right, that was good. That was good.
Please comment. Please comment below, and please let us know whether you and name them. We need to Teo-Rock, Fimo Rock. Like, there's a combo in here that I'm missing. Oh my God. God, that's so great. All right, so he's now officially talking third person, Andrew. He has become Teofimo Rock. Is he a Hall of Famer with only two lineal lines of succession?
Of course, he's a Hall of Famer. But the Hall of Fame in boxing is not that hard to get into. There's guys with one title that are in the Hall of Fame. So that's not the end game. The end game is an all-time great where you drop on that list. That's how you're going to be remembered in boxing. Nobody really talks about the Hall of Fame list because the list has been watered down over the years. This is not the Baseball Hall of Fame. Believe that. This is not the
This
NFL.
isn't based on stats.
Yes, it really isn't, Lee.
This
It's
isn't
based on-
about
a
the
lot of it's
Rudy
based on
Pooty.
popularity. If you're a fan favorite and that Boxing Hall of Fame thinks that people are going to come and watch you get put in, they're gonna put you on that list. Your name will get there. It's a very much as a popularity contest more than stats.
All right, Andrew.
and
Here's a real question based on this week. Keyshawn Johnson Hall of Fame, Teofimo Hall of Fame. If it were real.
What do you mean? Like
Keyshawn Johnson has pretty good stats.
I don't think he's in the hall though, bro.
No, he's not.
It's very hard.
No.
There's a lot of guys with stats that are not in the National Football League.
That's because you're a Rudy Pooty candy ass. So says the Teofimo Rock.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a Hall of Fame fighter, but that's not speaking a lot in our sport. And that is not what the end game is. The end game is being up there with Muhammad Ali,
Dan Rayfield to the
Robinson
Boxing
Lewis
Hall of Fame or something, or Boxing Writers Hall of Fame. If you're gonna, never mind. I digress. Miguel, feel free to comment.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't matter what you think.
Mm.
Doesn't get old, does it?
Look at
No, I
all
never-
the fucking kids, Lee. My
This is my new
daughter-
favorite character. Holy
my daughter,
shit.
my daughter's new thing right now is, and she gets me more than she should, but it's, Dad, wait, one more thing. And I go, what, Mia? Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
I don't know where it comes from, but she loves screaming that. That's what that reminds. Doesn't
I
matter.
want you to play that. I want you to play this when you go somewhere. I want her to learn Teofimo Rock. She's got to learn Teofimo Rock. Like now, I've got a reason to stay up at night to watch old rock lines of fucking jabronis. Go ahead, Miguel. I'm gonna let it go. But tell me this isn't like a pivotal moment in Fight Net Radio history.
Well, I mean, if that's his goal, is just to fucking make it into the Hall of Fame, I guess. Because I mean, as far as I understand
championships, it's not. I'm
right,
not sneezing at it.
Right, but the part of it is like longevity. That's kind of part of the game, you know. And mind you, to piggyback on what Andrew was saying, the fact that the Boxing Hall of Fame is what it is, then it's like, all right, fine, fucking sure, go ahead and throw him in there, as if that matters, just because it's so diluted now. But really, like, if we're talking about legit, where's his legacy? Where's the reigns? This is the funny thing. He's won titles, in undisputed titles or lineal titles, on 2 weight classes and defended none of them. Like, he literally like won it and lost it to Cambosos, and then fucking won it against Taylor and then retired. So it's like your reign, there's no reign. You're beating the guys, great, fantastic. But if we're going to talk about being, the Hall of Fame actually being legit, let's just say, for the sake of this conversation, then no. Absolutely not. Yeah, he's got titles in the 2 weight classes, and he beat the best dudes in both, right? But it's like, dude, where does the reign come in? Where does the title defenses come in? Where does fighting all the other challengers or fighting all the other, whatever? It's just like, no, dude, it's not going to work. If we're talking about Hall of Fame being legit, right? Huh?
Hey, Miguel, trying to avenge your only defeat.
Yeah. In a weight class that probably benefits you more. It's like, hey, you're the undisputed champion. Let the other dude come back, move up to weight class where you're probably better now. Now that you're, whatever illness is out of the way, it's like, all right, do it. Beat Lennox Lewis. Get your wins back. Beat fucking, Hasim Rahman. Beat fucking Oliver McCall. Get those wins back. So the announcer, Bruce Buffer, whoever says this man has beat every man he stepped in the ring with. Yeah, he avenged all those losses. That's some Hall of Fame shit. That's some legacy shit. But it doesn't seem like Teofimo is interested in that in the slightest. It's great that he's won these titles. It sure as hell is, a fantastic jumping off point for a potential Hall of Fame career. But if you cut it short here, no.
Yeah, Lee, that's exactly, he hit it right on the head. It was one of the greatest starts I've seen to a young man's career. 25 years of age, to have that much on your resume at this point.
Listen, the Teofimo doesn't need your help to know he's great, brother.
Yeah, let's just say, for the sake of argument,
my
that
dad tells me I'm great.
Jesus.
Unfortunately, I think every argument ends with him telling his ex-wife that too. You know who Teofimo Lopez is? I see this,
bro. So it's got to be a little more guttural, right? So it's still the San Gabriel vibe, but it's got to be a little more, bro. Listen, the Teofimo's down. It doesn't. Am I wrong, Miguel?
Yeah. No, his wife is like, yeah, I don't think you should see your daughter. It doesn't matter what.
It doesn't matter what you think, bitch. I'm gonna see my daughter, and she's gonna hate me anyway.
Hopefully, it's not a Bob scene in La Bamba when he goes to see her.
I know. Yeah, I want to see my daughter.
Get on a single plane Cessna and go somewhere to be famous, bro.
Oh, me.
Oh, no. Pulled that one out of my ass. Yeah, Fight Net Radio's back, kids. You guys were thinking, wow, they took a couple of weeks. It was kind of hit or miss, and woo, they showed up for 4th of July weekend. Enjoy. Eddie Hearn says De La Hoya, Ellerby, DiBella are all jealous. They give up their left testicle to be in his position. I'm not going to read the quotes, but here's my first question before we get there. Would you give up your left or your right testicle to be Eddie Hearn, Andrew?
Nah, I'm not doing any of that. Sorry. I know
Miguel?
It makes good money, but I will not be fucking losing a body part to be another
All right,
man.
if you were single, wait, I got to qualify this. No kids, you're single,
I'm not,
left or right testicle?
No, not doing it, Lee. Not doing it.
Miguel, you and I are in a different boat, right? Like, a left testicle, I'm Eddie Hearn. I've got millions, if not billions of dollars. I've got a plantation with Anthony Joshua picking cotton, and I get whatever women I want. Are you willing to give up a left testicle?
Absolutely not. Not only am I not going to give up. Look. I want to be rich and have nobody know about it. I don't want anybody to know a damn thing and I have fucking money. And he's famous. People know who the fuck Eddie Hearn is. And granted, not here in the U.S. I get it, but my point is, I'm not going to give up no fucking, and especially something that damn near defines my manhood, dude. That like damn near defines your fucking manhood, for Christ's sake. It's like, why would I want one left nut?
Shoot a couple into a test tube, cut out a testicle, you get that life.
Nah, fuck that.
Oh yeah, I'm making that deal every day and twice on Sunday. Jeez,
you gotta sign it. You gotta sign that in blood.
Oh my god!
I know exactly.
I make a deal with the devil for that deal. Like that's not even a hard get. All right, let's see what he said. You've got Leonard Ellerby, Lou DiBella, Oscar De La Hoya.
Just found Max Kellerman's replacement, Lee Honish.
Fuck yeah! Give me. Well, wait, Andrew, you know in my deluded mind that if they actually put me on ESPN, they'd never take me off. And we all know that I'm only making it through one broadcast and maybe halfway through the broadcast before I say something stupid like, hey, Tim, can you see the drink girl to the far right? And that would be the end of it. You've got Leonard Ellerby, Lou DiBella, Oscar De La Hoya, all completely obsessed with me. Really? And they're jealous. They would laugh at that, but they would give their left testicle to be in my position with my TV deal, roster, global platform, and schedule. It's weird to watch someone's demise so badly. It just makes me work harder and makes me more determined to win. Where was he when he said this? Boxing Social. God damn. And we don't get Eddie Hearn on our show. I just get him to answer. I get him to answer 10 stupid questions. I mean, he answered the 10 questions. All right, so let's talk
Eddie
about.
Hearn was at a bar when he said that. That sounds about as drunk of a statement as Oscar gives when he's talking to these guys.
I wish I could do an English accent because it would probably be a cross between Oscar and an English accent at the 35 room. Listen, mate. Listen, Ellerby, like, fuck them. They, you know what? They wish they had my roster, mate, and they wish. You know what they wish, Andrew? You know what they wish? That they had Jason Quigley.
I love your face.
Did I nail it on camera for everybody? Wait, let me do it. Listen, Listen, you wish you had a Jason Quigley or a Jeff Horn in your roster. Wait, and
you sound more like a leprechaun.
And I picture him smoking. No, he doesn't smoke, but I picture him smoke. Listen, like Mick Jagger, sort of. Listen, Jason Quigley, I made him a star. I know he retired. I made him a star. Sorry.
Listen,
this might be the best fight.
I'm saying, listen,
Lee. Yes.
The biggest ticket seller in the sport right now isn't under DAZN. The guy who sold the most pay-per-views isn't
Jason
under
Quigley?
DAZN. No. I don't know who is DAZN's number one fighter right now. We got to start there.
Jason Quigley. I'm going to go with it. Oh my God. Can you imagine the headline of this show? Jason Quigley is the number one product of DAZN. Nobody will get
Victor Ortiz. Is that who who is their number one guy right now? Because I'm telling you, I believe Ryan Garcia is going to find his way over to the PBC also. Ryan Garcia seems like he's a fighter that would love to hear Al Heyman's blueprint of, I'm going to bring up guys 2 divisions under you for you to fight.
I'm going to, can I make a prediction on Ryan Garcia?
Trust me.
All right. Can I have a Ryan Garcia prediction moment? Ryan Garcia will never fight anyone in the top 10 ever again. He will just make TikTok and Instagram videos and fight guys that he can knock out. And he's going to do that for a very long time.
His ego is bigger than that.
As long as he's getting his dick sucked, Andrew, what do you think it matters to a kid that age?
Anyways, boxing didn't bring a girl to her knees on Ryan Garcia. Sorry, bro. That happened anyways. It's going to be his ego. He'll fight again. I think he'll fight again. But back to my question on Eddie Hearn. Who's their number one fighter? Who has Eddie Hearn built that, I had $1 billion and this is my guy?
Technically his prototype should have been, I took Canelo and I took him here, right? Like you got the biggest star at the biggest point. You gave him the biggest fights. You got an opportunity to propel him to this point. And ultimately Canelo went, fuck you, I'm going to the PBC.
Well, and the fights just sucked, Lee. Everyone he matched up Canelo with sucked. America did not buy into it. The pay-per-views never did good. No, and then not only that, who's the fighter that he has created? We're talking about a guy that had a blank
Joshua
check.
Technically,
I was going to say that
Joshua.
AJ is probably the only guy, even with the losses now, I still think he's like the top. Because at one point when both Canelo and, AJ's still there, but when Canelo was there, he basically had the number one one of the top like cash cows at heavyweight in AJ, mind you, over there, because once he came over here is a different story, but bottom line is he'd fill up those fucking stadiums over there. So over there they're making fucking big ass money, right? And he was a heavyweight, so it's like baddest dude on the planet, right next to top 3, the 3-headed monster, as Max, shout out to Max, the 3-headed monster at heavyweight. But I mean, besides that, he had Canelo, so it's like 2 of fucking boxing's biggest like names. And then we saw what happened to AJ, and now Canelo has jumped ship. But it's like, I think right now, even with the losses, it's still AJ. Really, it's the only one.
Listen, mate. Listen. I'm talking to you. Listen. AJ. I made AJ. I put him on with Bear Grylls. I made him eat fucking worms. And he fought Dillian White 26 times. I mean, that's it, Andrew. That's it.
No, first off, I think when AJ became the ticket seller, he was with another company. That's the Vladimir Klitschko fight, where he was selling 80,000 seats, and then the next fight he sold another 80,000. That was all off of Klitschko's success. That had nothing to do with DAZN. When he signs with DAZN, it's been a fucking dumpster fire. This guy, they gave him millions of dollars. What does he last? Maybe a fight? And then he starts taking defeats. He's got comeback fights. He's not looking in good in these. This was supposed to be the reign of AJ at DAZN. This was supposed to be the Lennox Lewis, the Mike Tyson, the Evander Holyfield that just puts in years of defending the title. Fuck the Deontay Wilder. I could have swore even Deontay was able to get, what, 12 title defenses in a row? What didn't Wilder go after the record? He couldn't even do that for DAZN. Al Heyman was at least able to keep a strap on whatchamacallit, and we can't say, oh, well, it's the opposition. Motherfucker lost to the fattest heavyweight in the roster on a fucking 5-day notice. You couldn't do that.
Teofimo Rock, what do you think? It doesn't matter what I think. Eddie Hearn is a god. I want to go there.
Today, Anthony Joshua's name is only brought up with guys that are talking the heavyweight division. There's nobody out there that is bringing up Anthony Joshua's name just as, hey, you ever seen this guy? He's badass. Nobody. It's all about, yeah, well, Anthony Joshua, yeah, he could fight him. He could fight, but it's all us. It's the guys that are running the sport. He's a nobody. Anthony Joshua is a fucking nobody today in the sport of boxing in the general public. Not even a contender. He has 3 defeats. He's not even a contender anymore. Eddie Hearn got very lucky. He got very lucky on that blank check. He has done squat shit for DAZN. That's why they're in debt. That's why their pay-per-views tank over here. No, he sounds as drunk and as high as a fucking kite as Oscar does when he's talking his shit. When you're coming out saying that all the American promoters are jealous of you, who the fuck is your ticket seller in America for them to even pay attention to you?
Miguel, have we approved the new Eddie Hearn / Teofimo Lopez characters? So now we have Eddie.
You got to work on the English accent, though, bro.
I don't even know how. Is there an app for that? I mean,
what's that? What's that gypsy movie Brad Pitt paid in?
I don't know. I don't know.
Damn. Yeah. Shit, I can't remember the name offhand. Damn it.
All right. For you guys, before next week, I will how to do an English accent just so I can do Eddie Hearn drunk at a bar so he can say crazy shit. Well, YouTube wouldn't give up a testicle, but I certainly would. Let's get to our ongoing story that will happen through the rest of these stories. Deontay Wilder has popped his head out of the sand because he's supposed to fight Andy Ruiz. And the only reason I bring that up is your king has the best comments of all time. Let's see what our king had to say. Wilder's trainer warns that Andy Ruiz will be knocked out cold. Okay. Wilder wants to offer Andy around 30%. By the way, for those of you who don't know, they want 50-50. And if you haven't watched the videos, Miguel, are you watching this? Andy Ruiz looks dangerously in shape at this moment. I mean, dangerously.
Oh, I haven't seen the videos. No, I haven't seen them.
Oh, no, he's going through revenge bod after the breakup, and he is literally doing one-arm push-ups and all the crazy shit. He's literally living the
I don't believe it, Lee. You know what? Andy Ruiz has put out too many fake fucking videos. I don't know what it is they do over there, but every training camp, the guy looks like he's in really good shape. Then he's the heaviest we've ever seen him as soon as he hits the scale. I don't believe Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz loves to eat. Andy Ruiz will continue to love to eat. He'll be fat for every fight.
All right. Well, we've got 2 more stories based on this story. Anybody want to comment at this moment, Miguel? Hypothetically, because hashtag fight not signed, which is our favorite. That has got to be a t-shirt someday. Hashtag fight not. We've got to go to a fight and go hashtag fight not signed. That is ultimately the greatest ever. This fight's not signed. I don't know why Deontay, like, give him whatever he wants. Like, just knock him out. It would just propel you.
Well, here's the thing. This seems like Deontay wants the fight more than Ruiz does. All this crap that he's talking about outside about his pops letting him control his fucking money and he's broke and all this shit. It's like, look, if the only person who talks a lot of shit is the guy who's looking for the fight, they want to fight the guy, and they're talking mad crap about him. That's usually how it is. They're the ones calling him out. So it seems as though, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but Wilder seems to be in a little bit more of a desperate situation, apparently, at least that's what it looks like from the outside. Whether or not that's the case is another story. But the bottom line is he seems to be reaching for a fight with Ruiz. I would love for Ruiz to just fucking do it already, just sign a goddamn contract and we have it. Because I mean, I'm down for a fight like that. I would like to see if Wilder is going to be able to keep Ruiz at a distance, or if Ruiz can take the right hand, or if fucking Deontay can take Ruiz's punches. So I'm down to watch a fight like that. That's probably the kind of fight we want. We need to see no more of this Hellenius guy, or no Kalinowski's or none of that kind of fucking things. Like, PBC needs to give Wilder a top name like this. Granted, he's probably already in the way down, Ruiz I'm talking about, but it still has a name. We're talking about him, right? So have another guy like that on your fucking record. Do it. Just do it already. So I'm down. Let's hope this shit actually gets done and gets signed or whatever. It's going to be, I hope it's not on no $75 pay-per-view type bullshit. Like, just have it on fucking regular Showtime or something. I don't know. But yeah, I doubt that's what Deontay is going to want anyway. But regardless, I'm down for it. Let's just fucking do it already. But it seems as though it is Wilder, the one that's going after this fight a little more than Ruiz.
Miguel, I'm getting in my earpiece. Do you know who I'm getting?
The Rock, the Teofimo.
Yeah, what do you think he's saying?
It
doesn't matter what you think. Sorry, this is our midway spot. Go to Fight Net Radio on social media at Fight Net Radio. Hey, and go visit at Fight Fiend Migs, who's doing his 27-part whatever series on whomever fighter. Insert here. I feel like I should just move my mouth and go insert fighter here. But check out Migs, check out us at FightNet Radio. I know we've been a little slack, but trust me, this week will be strong numbers. Let's move forward and get through the back half. Berlanga eyes Puerto Rico as possible next fight destination, though Munguia clash remains priorities. All right, so the big story this week is Munguia, Berlanga, but they're talking October, November. Again, Berlanga has done nothing to put himself into a position to get the Munguia fight, right? Berlanga should fight.
A good fight. No, it's a good fight.
All right, Miguel, Andrew, let's start there. Berlanga should fight in Puerto Rico and go capture it. He should. Right? Like, that's a great deal for Oscar. Joining us, wait. If I point to the earpiece, does that help? Joining us on the line is the Golden Boy. Oscar, what do you think? Listen, bro. Bob doesn't know shit about Puerto Rico. I do, because I've been fucking their princess for a while. Okay? That's a fact, Jack. Have you not seen my girl? Like, that's a fact. So I know all about Puerto Rico, Andrew, even though you're a bitch because you didn't get a fucking autograph, bitch.
I'm down, dude. The fuck?
Listen, I'll kick your ass, bro. I will.
Come on, Lee. Let's, dude. All
right. So here's my question.
It's 10 a.m., bro.
What? We've only actually done a show for about an hour and 10 minutes, Andrew, technically. Andrew. What is the obsession with Puerto Rico and capturing that as a crowd? They don't strike me as the huge pay-per-view crowd. Bob's obsessed. Oscar's now, like, everyone's obsessed with Puerto Rico.
Well, there's a lot of money on the island for boxing, right? If you get, there's not a lot of champions. So if you can get a Cotto or a Trinidad type boxer out of it, you're going to make a lot of money, Lee. So that's what they're gunning for. They're looking for the next big ticket seller. Unfortunately, I don't think Berlanga's that guy. They can try it. He's obviously built the record up to give him the avenue to at least try. But Danny Garcia tried it. How did that work for him?
Oscar tried. Now Eddie's trying. Now, like they're all making a stab.
Know Spanish. We have to start with that, because if you don't know, and I've never heard Berlanga speak Spanish, but if you don't know Spanish, you're probably going to have the same response that Danny Garcia had going out there. It just is what it is. If you're not from the island and you don't speak Spanish, probably don't belong going back there. I know it's the wrong thing to say. No one likes to hear it. Just look at what happened to Danny Garcia. They made jokes of him. They said he was he's not a real Puerto Rican. Like, you got to hear shit like that. And it's all makes sense. The guy went there and didn't know Spanish. He couldn't even talk to the fucking reporters. The ones that knew English, obviously he could, but there was moments where Danny's fucking being asked questions he can't answer. It just looked really dumb. It was a real bad setup on their part doing that to him. Hopefully Berlanga knows Spanish. He can go out there. He could do some Spanish interviews, and we'll see if they buy the tickets.
I'm just spitballing here, Andrew.
Wasn't really loved on the island. They loved Wilfredo Gomez more than they liked Camacho. And
he was a better fighter.
Really?
Oh, in my mind.
Camacho is pretty badass, bro. They said he had faster hands than Sugar Ray Leonard.
All right, so here's the problem with Puerto Rican fighters. Why do all their careers end in some kind of horrific crime?
Excuse me, Lee, it was Edwin Rosario. Edwin Rosario and Camacho are both superstars at the same time. They loved Edwin Rosario more than they did Camacho, because Camacho
as they should. Didn't Camacho? All right, so Camacho Camacho beat his wife, allegedly. What? The greater the crime, the more you're loved in Puerto Rico?
Bring up criminal records. That had nothing to do with why.
Really? Am I?
Yes, really? Don't you know there's a lot of athletes with criminal records? It doesn't affect their money. It doesn't affect their fucking spot on the roster. Yes,
Puerto Rico's a very small little province, and they seem to be producing a lot of criminals. I'm just saying it out loud. Like, why are we all like shying away? I'm just saying that. I agree with you. Berlanga, I don't know. I like focus on New York and the Puerto Rican crowd in New York. Like, Puerto Rico? Really? You're not from Puerto Rico. You were born here, bro. I mean, I get you're Puerto Rican. I do. But that's like saying, let's just hypothetically say I'm European and my heritage is Germany. Therefore, I only want to fight in Germany.
It's not saying hypothetically. Your bloodline is from there. If that's what we're doing.
My bloodline's Oklahoma,
America, your bloodline's from Europe.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Right.
But you shouldn't even be fighting in America. Where are you from? You from Scotland? We're taking your ass back to Scotland, Lee.
Andrew, it's Oklahoma. I'm Native American Indian.
Get out of here. Wait. Don't give me that bullshit, Lee. What white are you? That's what you are.
Andrew, wait, here's a mind blower. Everybody feel free to go to the Native American wall at the Smithsonian. I am actually registered. Yeah. Shut your ass down. Teofimo Rock, what do you have to say? It doesn't matter what he thinks.
That's exactly.
Miguel, what do you have to say about Berlanga trying to grab Puerto Rico? Or should Top Rank get off his high horse?
No, well, I mean, the Top Rank has Xander, that I can't pronounce the fucking Zayas or whatever his name is.
Sandor.
No, not that guy. The Puerto Rican dude, the young Puerto Rican guy. Zayas.
Puerto Rico, that's right.
Yeah, That dude, not only was he born in Puerto Rico, he speaks Spanish. Like a couple of times he was doing some open workouts here at the fucking Top Rank gym that I went to. And the dude was like speaking Spanish to some other fucking folks. So the guy is legit. He was born there. Top Rank is banking on this guy. They were hoping they'd have a little bit more of a Puerto Rican U.S. appeal with Berlanga, but he shit the bed, so they got rid of his ass. So DAZN is going to try to pull out the same thing, but no, it's a bad move, especially after him and Xander being in the same stable for a while, and then Xander being the guy who's more legit. No, it's a terrible. Just stick to New York or Florida or whatever the fuck, the East Coast in the U.S. and I'm sure he'll get plenty of things.
It would be New York. It would be New
York. Yeah. So according to what Hearn said, he had and for his last fight, he managed to get like 6,000 butts in the seats basically in that theater in fucking New York. So supposedly that was more than Canelo fight, I think he said, or someone else. I forgot. Oh no, Teofimo. Sorry, the Teofimo fight and Josh Taylor. So I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't checked what the attendance is on that one. But if that is legit, dude, milk it. Fucking, strike when the iron's hot, milk it like a motherfucker. Forget about all of that. Forget about forget about Canelo, because they even asked. I think Berlanga was interviewed recently talking about like, hey, now that Canelo has jumped ship to PBC, now that fight is out of the picture, and he's like, no, not necessarily. So he's still in delusion land somewhere, thinking that he's gonna get a fight with Canelo. Forget about that shit. Forget about Puerto Rico. Stick to New York. Stick to whatever. Yeah, granted, it's always the thing that's like, well, you got your weaknesses here. Work on your weaknesses. No. Go to your strengths and double down on that shit. Go to New York and double down on the motherfucker. Try to get 10,000 people into MSG. Go into the big room, the actual MSG, and see what you can get there. See, hopefully, if what's his name, what that was his name, Hearn can get him some sort of other, maybe another New York fighter or something along those lines. Someone who's around that area, I guess. But anyway, yeah, no, forget about that. Xander has got that covered already. They lost that. That boat is already shipped. Top Rank has already got that covered.
You realize, Andrew, this show is completely your fault.
What are you talking about?
You allowed Teofimo Rock into the show.
I like it.
It doesn't matter what you think, you jabroni Rudy Poo. All right, Andrew, I'm going to ask at the 120 marker of this show, how much time do I have with you? Because it will judge how many stories I do before I get to reviewing whatever that clusterfuck was on Saturday night.
I don't know, but did you listen? Did both of you guys watch the Spence video? I gave you guys a mark.
Yes.
And I gave you how many seconds?
I think on our day off on Tuesday, because you have the day off, I think we should do watch-alongs and watch that shit again. There is so much shit that's crazy about the video you sent that I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, no, mine was basically just one sentence Spence said. I gave you 20 seconds, all you had to watch, but whatever, move on.
All right. So you figure I got about another 30 or 40 minutes with you?
Yeah.
We can pull a full 2 hours for a change, which would make the podcast people very happy. All right.
Yeah.
All right, our reoccurring story. Wilder says short, fat, T-Rex armed Ruiz will be non-existent if he passes on fight. All right, so let's see what our king has to say. Miguel, am I allowed to do our king?
Yes, of course. We've done Top Rank. We've done, everybody's made an appearance today. So I
swear to God, if I were to be completely canceled for whatever reason, would anyone be shocked on this show? Lee got canceled.
No, I'd be shocked that you lasted this long, but yeah.
Right? Okay. Listen, let's ask Andy's dad. What was that? Wait, that line by itself is so shocking. Listen, let's ask Andy's dad. What was the offer given, because we didn't talk about no money. So how does he know it's a 70-30 offer? I didn't talk to Andy's dad about the type of money whatsoever. And this is to Ellie Skursback of Yes. I should have Ellie on just to ask him these questions. I know Ellie. Andy was only a champion for a blink of an eye. I'm a 5-year, 10 title defense champion. Listen, there's a difference. What I possess is power. I put people on the edge of their seats. Wait, here's the line. This might be the title of the show. People come to see me and my God-given talent. Now, on the other hand, with Andy, what do we see from him? A short, fat, small-armed T-Rex fighter. Wow, bro. Like you're all right.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. It seems like he wants. Oh, sorry, but I was going to say, it seems like he's the one that wants to fight more. The fact that he's talking so much crap, it's like, dude, the only person that talks this much crap is the one that's looking for the fight. So yeah, props to him. I've been wanting this fight for a couple of years already now, but props to him that he's like, going to this extent. But I mean, damn it, yeah, like come on, Ruiz, time to step up. Get with it. Be like, yeah, dude, I'll show you. Me and my pops will fucking show you. Whatever, whatever.
Me and his T-Rex. Wow. First of all, they're both PBC guys playing PBC money, looking for PBC cash over 7 figures. Like this whole thing, Andrew, is about 7 figures. All right. Deontay's got to pay for his, prefabbed house in Tuscaloosa, Mississippi. And Andy down in El Centro, for God's sakes. Did he leave at least? I mean, once he broke up with his wife, did you move to San Diego, bro? Andrew, this is nuts. And I personally think
Eddie Hearn, Al Heyman created this problem. Al Heyman overpaid his stable. His stable is not looking to take pay cuts right now. Andy Ruiz believes he deserves more money than what they're probably offering or what's on the table. Maybe him and Deontay haven't negotiated, but maybe Al Heyman threw out a number he doesn't want. This is something, we talked about this a lot, you guys. This is why all their fights are on pay-per-view. Unfortunately, Wilder has a point. The reason why he could be more vocal is because he is on the list for the most sold tickets in Las Vegas. He is on the list as one of the highest pay-per-view sellers right now.
Only the WBC champion, Andrew. I mean, I don't want to be a dick about this.
Like I said, but this is about money. Right? You just said it's about money. So fuck the title.
A unified world champion.
This is about money, right? This is about money. Well, who makes the most money out of the two is Deontay Wilder. Fuck the title. He's on the top 10 list for the most tickets sold. He's got the fucking most pay-per-view sold than Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz needs to take a back seat here and be lucky that he's getting a check. We know that's not what Andy Ruiz wants to do, though. He wants to make $5 million, $7 million. Unfortunately, if Deontay's making $20 million, or $15 million, there's not enough money in this pot. There's not. None of these PBC fights have done good without somebody else being involved. Top Rank with Tyson Fury, De La Hoya with Ryan Garcia. That's the only way these PBC pay-per-views legit show their numbers. Any other time, Mikey Garcia, Spence versus Sean Porter, whatever fights that they had on pay-per-view, their numbers have always been trash. Al Heyman's probably looking at these two guys like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make $20 million by myself and a profit.
All right, Andrew, I'm going to give you a hot take. Get ready with the horn, Miguel. Was the late, great Tommy Morrison right? It doesn't matter the title, doesn't matter who you are. It's how many butts you can put in the seats.
Yes. Is that it?
That was the hot take, sadly. And by the way, let's ask Teofimo Rock. Doesn't matter how many butts. It doesn't matter how many butts are in my seats. Nobody wants to watch me fight. Thanks, Teofimo. Miguel, any comments on any of this horse shit?
Well, I mean, I think what's the name? Ruiz isn't exactly in the best position to be negotiating for more money, considering what we just talked about. At the very least, Wilder has had a belt. Granted, it was probably gifted to his ass, but the bottom line is he knocked out some people, taxi cab drivers, we can call them. But the bottom line is he did it, and for X amount of title defenses. I mean, shit, his fight with Helenius is like the shortest. What was it? Something about like the quickest fight with the fewest punches or some shit, or the quickest knockout. It's like, hey, Ruiz hasn't done anything like that. Yeah, he beat AJ, and then he came back and put on a stinker of a fight in the rematch. But I mean, like, he's not in the position to be fucking demanding more money. I think he's just take whatever fucking needs in. Huh?
Miguel. They literally make fun of Ruiz when he's fighting. Joe Guzman and Lennox Lewis crack fat jokes all day.
So I'm at this point, he should just fucking take what he can get. Maybe negotiate for a little bit more than what they were offering him. I'll take that, right? It's usually how it is. You never just take the first offer. That's just common sense. So a little bit more than that, and then call it a day and get the fight. And look, let's just say for the sake of argument, he goes in there when takes whatever pay cut that he thinks he's getting, and then he ends up winning. Let's just say for the sake of argument, you don't think he's going to be in the position to be demanding some more down the line, dude? Sometimes you just have to take those kinds of risks. That's just how it is. It happens sometimes. You have to take less money, but you have to go out there and roll the fucking dice. And it's not that. Yeah, he might get knocked the fuck out because of course it happens, right? Especially against someone like Wilder. But hey, the only chance you're gonna have is to go in there and fucking throw down. You go in there and throw down. You never know, especially after with these the last couple of few fights that Wilder had with Fury. Who knows if Wilder's chin is the same? Maybe you will clip him. Maybe you will drop his ass. It happens. I mean, it's happened when he fought fucking what's his name Ortiz. It happens. So it's just go out there, throw down, and roll the dice really. And if you end up winning, bam, the next fight you can ask for. Hell, have a rematch, have another fucking fight, and then ask for more at that point. But right now, dude, you're not really in the position to be asking for more money.
Listen, you don't know about your king. I allowed that to happen. It made a more compelling fight. I'm just saying. I wanted a compelling fight.
And we're actually on Wilder's side for this one. He has an argument here.
All right, moving forward. Canelo, our featured story of the week. Canelo moves to PBC. And he's fighting a Charlo, in this particular case, the ELL, right? Did I get it right? It's the Mel, not the Mall. Fuck them with the names. On September 30th in Las Vegas. I don't even know. It's the Undisputed Line versus the Undisputed Line. I don't know whose title is technically involved. I don't know technically what weight they're actually going after. And the only one who seems to be making money is Al Heyman. I'll start with you, Miguel. First of all, let's start with Chubb, wet belt, what weight?
Okay, so they're gonna fight a super middleweight. It's gonna be Charlo moving up 2 weight classes to go to super middleweight from 154 and
what is
challenge
that, 8 pounds? 8, 10?
No. It's let me see, 154. Yeah, 14 pounds, 2 weight classes.
I still don't think it's that big a deal.
Well, I mean, he's actually taller than fucking Canelo. So I mean, like Canelo isn't exactly a big super middleweight, So
laughing at me.
It's not like he's going to be giving up an advantage. Of course, the fact that Canelo has had more experience fighting in heavier weight classes, so he's not cutting as much. But I'm sure that it's going to be easy to make weight, obviously, right, for Charlo. But he is a couple of inches taller. So yeah, rather not the 14 pounds. I mean, we've seen it happen, right? I think it was Mosley and De La Hoya. So it has happened. It's not like it's out of the realm of possibility. And he's fucking taller. So that's. I'm sure, and of course, with the payday, he doesn't have to give up his belts.
Heavy
it's not a good thing, Miguel, that the only fight you bring up is a fighter who got busted for steroids. But we're moving on.
No. Who'd he take out at light heavy?
Kovalev.
Yeah, how big was Kovalev?
Oh shit, I don't know. I mean, well, Kovalev again, it was coming off like a quick turnaround. Well, according to them,
but he was a real light heavy, right?
Yeah, but he was already crushed. The crusher was already. Yeah, what's his name? Already killed him. Fucking Ward had already killed him. I'm
playing devil's advocate.
Right, I got you.
Isn't 168? Isn't light heavyweight 175 or 172?
Yeah. That was 175. It's the next weight class
175. Up. Yeah. That's not that much. We're talking 14 pounds of muscle here, you guys. We're not talking fat.
Well, and then on top of that, I don't think
you tacos.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think what's his name? Charlo was too far off from already moving up to middleweight anyway. I think the only reason he wasn't was because his brother was there. So I think he probably needed to go to middleweight at some point. So we're probably talking about a true middleweight at this point, going up really one weight class. But he's, cut the extra 6 pounds to make 154 and defend his belts there because he had challengers and he wanted to unify the division, which he did. And his brother was at 160, so I'm sure he wasn't planning to do the same thing at 160. But regardless, he really, let's be legit, he probably was already a middleweight at this point. So it's really just going up one weight class. But on record, he's going from 154 to 168. So that doesn't seem like it's too much.
I like how you're doing that. You sound like a company guy there, Miguel. But
it doesn't matter what Miguel thinks. He's a Rudy Pooty candy ass machine.
But Charlo's not putting his belts on the line, basically. So it's a win-win for him. It's a win-win. He goes up. He has the excuse of having to go up weight class and say, hey, if he beat me, he's heavier, yada, yada. His belts are not at stake. So he's going to get a humongous fucking payday. Really, it's like a win-win-win-win-win for Charlo. So I get it.
Andrew, this is a fucking car crash. I don't know why this all feels like some kind of, because if you couple in the Tim Zhu story, right? Like this is some kind of bizarre.
Zhu has no voice in this, Lee. The money's bigger than Zhu, so he could step to the side. No one gives a fuck about Tim Zhu.
All right,
sorry.
So we're gonna.
I don't think Tim Zhu gives a fuck about Tim Zhu.
I know, exactly. Yeah, they're already. The guy sells tickets fighting nobody out there in Australia. His belt shot, because it's not a guarantee he's gonna win. His belt shot will be there after he's done making up some cash with Al Heyman. That's what this is about. Al Heyman's making up some cash right now. He got a great idea that, hey, I know everyone, they want the brother you to fight. You're 168. Makes sense. But hey, your little brother, if he'll take the fight, I can make up some cash right now.
All right, Andrew.
Free check.
Wait, hold on. Devil's advocate. You're Al Heyman. You're clinging to life in boxing. You're doing pretty well. It's a good summer. Everyone's going out to the rap shows. Whatever, right? So you've suddenly hit gold with Canelo and Charlo. Here's my question. And it's a pretty solid question. You got Canelo and he's got 2 lineal championships undisputed? Question mark? I mean, have they defined whose belt is on the line?
Yeah, Canelo's. They're going to move up.
So it's Canelo's, right?
Yeah, it's not exactly.
Canelo doesn't have to put up his belt. Period.
Right.
That's why we just said Zhu's title shot will be waiting there. It's Cal Brook versus Triple G all over again. Cal Brook moves up 2 division, gets his fucking eye broken by Triple G, his eye orbital bone, comes back down, fights Spence, gets his other orbital bone broken, and retires. It's the same fight. This is the same shit. I'm sorry, you guys. Making a man jump fucking 14 pounds of muscle to fight another guy who's been fighting not only at 168, but also 175. What is it, 175? Why do I keep having that? 175.
No,
is there a fucking weight hydration clause in this match, or does Canelo?
No, there isn't. There isn't actually.
There isn't.
That's what I read. That there isn't.
100%. Which means I'm. Look.
This fight is fixed.
I'm pumping IV.
I'm sorry, Canelo has sold out.
I want to hear this. Go ahead, Andrew. This fight is fixed.
Andrew.
What else?
It's a fixed fight. He's sold out, you guys. I'm sorry. Saul Alvarez is fighting a guy that doesn't belong in the ring with him. Not from his division, the next division, or the 154. In none of these divisions has Charlo deserved to get this shot at fucking Saul Alvarez. This is a bogus fight. This is the same fight. Cal Brook fought Triple G. What happened? Fucking Amir Khan fought Canelo Alvarez. What happened? These are bum fights Canelo has gotten himself into. I'm sorry, Canelo has sold out since leaving Oscar or leaving, what do you say, HBO. He has
all he's
sold
got to
out
do,
his
all
career.
Charlo has to do is go 12 and he keeps himself intact.
No, Lee,
Nobody's gonna get one. Nobody even knew what fucking Charlo was fighting. So fuck that whole their market isn't gonna get hurt. There is no market. No one even knew what brother was getting in the ring. Seriously. This
Are we
is
the only ones who have pointed out that nobody can tell the Charlos apart?
bro, look at how they put out the fucking announcement. Not even name on it. They just put Canelo Charlo. Canelo Charlo.
No, it's undisputed versus undisputed, Andrew.
No, that's the next poster.
Get it right.
That's the next poster they put out. Is when they showed all the belts.
So great.
Then I was like, well, what the fuck? They got this wrong, dude. That's the little brother. There's no way he's fighting the fucking junior middleweight. And I started looking it up. I lost all respect.
This is the Garcia gimmick from the top of the year.
Saul Alvarez don't even belong on the pound for pound list anymore. He really don't. His whole run at DAZN has been a fucking joke. He's always fought the guys that nobody wants to see. And then you go to your new company and your first fucking challenge is someone 2 divisions under you? You are a joke. It is time to remove Saul Alvarez from the pound for pound list. Listen, America already removed him from the top ticket seller. You can scratch all that shit about, oh, well, he's going to make $1 million in America. We don't know that. Canelo hasn't done good in America since Floyd Mayweather. Hello? Hello? Anybody out there? He's not fucking Floyd. He's not fucking De La Hoya. This guy's a joke. He don't belong in the fucking Saul. If you take a fight with the guy 14 fucking pounds less than you and you're supposed to be the best fighter in the world, you're a joke. You can't take this fight. I'm not watching it. I'm not buying it. I give a fuck about seeing someone beat a smaller man. I hate it. They called this dude a paper champ when he first fucking came out with Chavez, and I fought for him. I fought hard for him. I bet all my money on him when he went against Floyd. I was like the only guy predicting Saul to win. For just years down the line, it to be all true. You are a fucking paper champ.
Is clear. Hold on.
I didn't mean that, you guys. That fell out of my hands. I'm walking around.
That did actually sound like a mic drop, though. That was pretty.
It was a mic drop.
Like literally.
I don't know. It's such a good day. I mean, we've got Teofimo Rock walking around now. We've got drunk Eddie Hearn at the bar smoking cigarettes and talking about owning plantation people. I'm kind of torn on this topic, Andrew. I mean,
did you guys see the 7 contenders that are getting fucking laughed at while they make this bogus match? These guys own 4 titles each. They have contenders for each title. Did you guys see that meme?
No.
Yeah, dude, it's a joke, man. They're skipping over.
You mean like potential like opponents, like what should have been future opponents for those titles?
Number 1 contenders, basically.
Oh, I gotcha.
All the number 1 contenders for each title that are totally getting thrown under the rug, so they can make this bogus match that nobody is clamoring for. Nobody's even asking, dude. I can't wait until Charlo moves up and faces Canelo. Nobody's even saying this. I'm telling you, this fight will not do 1 million buys in America. It will not do 1 million buys. He'll get lucky if he brings 700,000.
For sure.
Let's call that success for this fight. Nobody wants it.
All right.
I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to give you guys one more thing about how big the PBC market is in America. Has anyone noticed that the biggest fight the PBC has ever done on their own has not sold out? Am I saying false news?
Wait, what try we talking about?
Whoa. All right, so you're saying now you've got to compare it to that Brooklyn shit. Like they sold a lot of tickets in Brooklyn.
Versus Crawford is the biggest fight they've ever.
No, they've sold a lot of tickets in Brooklyn for a lot of shit fights.
Lee, this fight that they're doing is for the welterweight number 1 supremacy. It could be for the face. I'm telling you right now, if there's a big victory,
that could be the face of boxing that comes out of that, especially if Terrence Crawford still is pound for pound.
Wait,
never lost.
that is a
Still pound for
completely
pound.
different topic. What you're stating is selling tickets.
Sold out. That's what I'm stating. Look up the biggest fight they have ever put together. I'm not talking about selling $40 fucking tickets in New York for some bullshit fight. I'm talking about Las Vegas. This is the one. This is the generational fight. Isn't that what they said?
Wouldn't
Why
technically,
isn't it so-
wait, hold on, Andrew. Based on your math, wouldn't Wilder Fury promoted by PBC fall into that category?
No, because Fury's from Top Rank. He's from
No, Wilder was the promotional.
Yes,
They
is.
switched. Tell me I'm wrong, Miguel. I mean,
You're
whoever
right.
the promoter is the one who gets credit, correct?
No.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't remember who the primary promoter was, because
So
if
in
the first time
fight,
around
it was Bob, second time PBC, third time Bob. Did I get it right?
is that what it was?
I think it's
I
that
don't remember.
order.
Ticket sales are about casino and fighters. That's who sells the fucking tickets. There ain't no promoter out there selling tickets. The tickets are sold by the casino and the fucking fighters, because the casinos go, you know what? This fight's hot. I want all of these tickets I can get. I'm going to give them to my big wigs. They're going to come. They're going to spend millions at the table. They're going to love this fight. And they purchase those tickets. Then you got the fighters. All of their fans go, oh my God, I can't believe this fight is out. They don't need no fucking promoter telling them, hey, this is a good fight. You guys should go buy a ticket. Tickets are already sold. They sold them when they fucking seen Spence was fighting Crawford. Ticket sold, gone. Money gone. Just like Garcia versus Tank. Money fucking gone. As soon as they went on sale, they got it. We need to figure out why the fuck Spence and Crawford is not selling out. We need to go. I heard.
All right. Let's do it right
What
here.
did
Wait,
we-
hold on. I'm going to do a screen share. So if you're watching the video, let's do this. Wait, hold on, Andrew.
I'm trying.
I know you're way hopped up on caffeine and you want to go bet on horses and go to the fair. Like, I don't even know where you are. Like, normally I'm the fucked up one in the group, and today you're the fucked up one.
I told you have 100% battery right now.
All right. Hold on. So if I want Spence Crawford tickets, right? I'm just Googling straight up.
Hey, Miguel.
Yes.
Ticketmaster, should we go Ticketmaster or should we use a third party? Anyone want to agree?
Whatever you want to use, just find out what these ticket prices are. We need to figure out.
There you go. We're going to go Ticketmaster, which is the way to go, right? I'm going to accept and continue. So take a look at the ring, Andrew. Everything in blue is purchasable. That's a lot of tickets.
Oh my God. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm on Ticketmaster. You can see it on the screen.
No, dude, it's the other way around. It's the gray ones that are available. No,
blue. Where would you like
No,
to
that
sit?
can't be.
Section A, Section C, Section D, Section B.
Well, just try one, Lee.
I
Just
would
see.
tell you. I would
click
tell
on
you.
one.
Wait, I'll tell you how I would do it if I had money. You pick a ring post, Section 13, right? Then you look
That
for
is
the
ticket.
lowest
Yep.
section, right?
Tickets.
So they're all resale. I'm going to turn off the filter on resale. All right. Oh, they're not letting me do it.
I'm telling you. I thought it was the other way around, wasn't it?
No, it's blue. Wait, I'm going to zoom in.
Well, go to the gray, dude.
Yeah,
The
try
What
clicking on
gray-
the
gray say, Lee?
Gray is not the same, bro.
No, well, I know, but let's click it.
I cannot click gray. No seats available, flight deck. I cannot click a gray.
Oh,
So
shit.
let's say 16. So for $2,000,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah, I'm not joking.
Yeah, no, Miguel, watch this, dude.
I'm not fucking this up. Yeah, this is for real. People are reselling. So for 1263, I am sitting for $3,000 for the biggest fight of the year. Go back.
Generational fight, they called it. Could have swore that's the word.
Generational, Andrew. All right. So if it were me, section 16, right? I'm dead center. I can buy it, Andrew. I can buy it for $2,100. Row W,
But look at
section
what
16.
row. You guys, look at what
row
row
W is about right here.
Yeah, that's not where rich people want to sit, Lee. Rich guys don't spend $5,000 to sit in the fucking 11 rows up or whatever it is.
I'm just pointing out what's a
No, I know.
Okay. But every section is available.
Give us where blue collars are. What are they asking from us blue collars?
Blue collar would be up here,
top.
Right?
Go to the
223.
Yeah. $900, bro. $900. If me and my wife want to go,
right, let's go ring post.
$1,800
or a 218. 218 is ring post, right?
And that's not even taxes included.
Yeah, or like whatever the fucking fee is that Tekken Master charges on top of that.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I'm sorry. And what I wanted to ask Miguel, top of our head, have we ever seen a generational fight? Something that was classified as this is the one that's going to put someone in the all-time list. Have we ever seen it not sold out immediately when just throw out some names, Trinidad De La Hoya, right?
Chavez, Whitaker, Frankie. Could you
Chavez,
get
Chavez De La Hoya?
Let's go with Chavez Randall on the rematch. Could you physically get a ticket for that fight?
Yeah, no, and Chavez De La Hoya, they literally shut Vegas down. The capacity of the casino was reached on the floor where they had to shut the doors and go, you have to show a ticket to get in, one out. And that's to get onto the casino floor. So no, this is the PBC has done a lot of buildup, but it isn't working. So Canelo going there and fighting a fighter 2 divisions under him, you got diehards like me. Sorry, I'm diehard, bro. This is my fucking sport. I'm gonna put it out there. I ain't going to no UFC fight over Spence versus fucking Crawford. That's not.
Well, I mean, if no one's buying tickets, I think that's a pretty clear indication that something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's the issue. So it's like, if no one's buying tickets. It's like, well, clearly this is something's missing. This is not in the generational fight that they're calling it. It's not. It could be their age. It could be that they're already in their fucking 30s. Everyone's like, really? We're getting in at the 30s? Granted, we've been, blue balled like a motherfucker over this fight hella times already. I think the fans are now voting with their dollars. They know fuck yeah
over every fight.
Well, this one in particular.
And Miguel, what about the $900 last seat in the fucking venue price?
Yeah.
We bitch about pay-per-view, yet you're gonna charge a boxing fan now $900 to get in the door?
Wait, hold on. All right, so if you do like StubHub or something else, right? Like row D on a rail, so you can go to the fight, $568.
That's not that much.
Upper deck at T-Mobile. No, Miguel and I go up there because nobody will bother us, but you can't see shit.
No, you have to watch it from the screen, the big screen. That's you're basically watching it. Yeah, you're basically watching it on TV on mute.
Arena, you guys, but yes, very common right there when you're in the fucking top deck that you're not seeing what's going on in a boxing ring. So yeah.
It's a car
Canelo
crash.
should be very nervous is all I'm saying. Everybody should be very nervous that's participating in this deal.
Canelo already got the thing cleared, right? I mean, they're going to pay him. I don't know how many fucking 30 or 40 million or whatever the hell it was. Because what was the deal? 100 million over 3 fights, I think it was, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So the check is already pretty much damn near in the bank already for him. So I don't think Canelo's going to be fucking nervous. He's got his fights already lined up. Whether or not they end up becoming, pay-per-view sellouts or anything.
Well, no, because they
didn't DAZN reconstruct his contract once they seen he wasn't making the money that he was supposed to? Didn't they have to go back to a what is it called, mediator or something, when they have to work out a new contract?
But I think that wasn't that because of COVID. Wasn't that like because like there weren't fans in there and shit like that? So they're like, all right, we have to do something because we can't have fans in the fucking in the crowd or whatever. Like I thought that was the reason why.
I would say it's his never reaching 1 million pay-per-view buys, but all right, whatever. You don't sign $20 million fighters and expect the live gate to bring in that money. It's the pay-per-view sales that run this sport. Canelo's pay-per-view sales in America suck. They've sucked since he left HBO. And this fight does nothing for him because you have diehards like me and you that are literally going to be out there saying this fight is trash. This guy is 14 fucking pounds of muscle under him. There's no rehydration clause. So let's just throw it out there. He makes the weight, right? He gets the 10 pounds of muscle, 3 pounds of whatever, got a little bit of a flab on him. Like they all look like Mikey looked like Amir Khan looked like Cal Brook looked like. Unless you're at Belco, okay? Unless you're at Belco, most of the time, someone who moves up 2 fucking divisions in one night doesn't look as fit as they were to 14 pounds of muscle less. So he gets there. He gets to the weight limit. Now he's 168. How much more weight is he supposed to put on overnight and still look like the Charlo that we know fucking at 154? Another thing we can look at to try to gauge where Charlo will be on this night, what is his come-in weight? They have to look at what he comes in at to see how much weight he gains overnight. But to me, man, it's too big. I've seen this fucking too many times. The guy that usually jumps up 2 division gets mauled. He's not be able to perform. He looks fat, flabby on the side. He's a square because it's 14 pounds of muscle that he has to put on. It's not. I don't like it. I don't like this fight. I can't believe Canelo's even a part of this. Like you literally are trying to fake out your fans. That people that follow you, you're like, hey, I was gonna fight the older brother, the heavier brother, but no, I'm gonna fight the littler brother, and we're not supposed to know.
Well, do we know the reason behind this, and not to continue sounding like a company man, but do we know the reason behind this? Like, was it the initial supposed to be the older or the bigger Charlo, and some shit went down where the bigger Charlo's like, oh, my mental health or some shit, and then he backed out.
That's exact. He's claiming it on health, bro. He's saying he's not ready to train, and so supposedly they accepted the fight. They went through all the negotiations of the fight. And then after signing it, he had a change of heart. Whatever. I don't,
So ideally, Andrew, ideally, let's say for the sake of right, this is what happened. So the Charlo, the bigger one, bails and says, no, this ain't happening. What would you ideally have happen? Have Canelo fight Benavidez or something? Like someone else, not a Charlo, not the other Charlo.
David Benavidez, the guy that offered you $50 million, probably take on him. He's
Benavidez or Bivol for sure.
He's your mandatory. He also has 2 other mandatories, and Canelo has no problem taking on mandatories. If you look at his record in the last few years, he's taken on a lot of guys that he claimed were his mandatory. So you take on a mandatory. There's 3 of them out there. I think Morel, the other Puerto Rican kid, was one of them. Eric Morel. I know, and I gotta say, I don't know how much more market Charlo brings than Morel. I don't know where the PBC market is right now. I really don't. Because the only time they're successful, it seems, is when another promotional company like De La Hoya and Top Rank, who are very known in the business, are a part of their fights. When it's just Al Heyman, it's always did all right. I guess they sold a lot of live gate seats. They ain't showing us the pay-per-view numbers, but they love claiming that they sold out tickets at the Brooklyn, what is that one called?
Barclays Center.
Barclays Center, yeah. They sold out.
How did we segue off of Crawford Spence?
What's that?
I've got to ask.
What?
This whole conversation was about Crawford Spence not selling. And somehow we wound up back on Canelo.
I'm trying to get Canelo to cancel this fight, Lee. I don't want to turn on the guy. I'm trying to make
do
It's
the
like
right.
Canelo, do the right thing, Canelo. If you're listening, do the right thing.
Yes.
All right.
We're not stupid, Lee. Us boxing fans aren't dumb, man.
Actually you are, because you
we're
will
supposed to just
show
give
up.
him money. Hey, you know what, dude? You're in the ring. Here goes 40 million. Here's 40. You got in the ring. Thank you for making my day. Fuck out of here. When does the competition step in? When, like, seriously. And I swear we said this last week when he signed to fight the older brother. We're like, he's been out of the ring for a while, but hey, it is what it is, man. You're the champ. You're undefeated. Fuck it. You got to take the fight. This is your fault for being so fucking inactive, health, whatever it was. Just the way the cookie crumbles. Now this one? Come on. The fuck, man. 154 versus 168. No hydration clause. Are you serious right now? The guy has had one fight. I didn't even bring up, oh my God. I didn't even bring up the fact that the fucking dude, let me go before I can't make sure I didn't get these brothers fucking mistaken because I have done that before.
I just call him the 154 Charlo and the 160 Charlo. I don't remember which one.
Charlo. Get it right.
I'm going to say Jamal is the one he's fighting, right?
I don't know. It's a Charlo.
Nope, that's the middleweight. Fuck, it's Jamal.
Oh, shit, so it's Mel. All right. Jamal, here we go.
Jamal, who cares?
Well, because, Lee, I want to know how inactive he's been. Because
it's been over a year with him. I know that for a fact it's been over a year.
See? So now, Lee, we're talking about, all right, he has one fight since 2021, you guys. He has one fight since 2021. So not only is he moving up 14 pounds of muscle, not only is he no hydration on Canelo. Canelo could be 185, 190 when he steps in the ring. Now you're telling me this guy's timing is not even real. You're facing the best counterpuncher in the game. That's Canelo's thing, bro. He makes you miss. He fucks you up.
Makes you pay for it.
You want to have no reflexes when you face this guy. All right, cool. Going on one fight in 2 years. Cool. Let's see how that works out for you. It's a fixed fight, man. This is a bum fight. Don't be surprised if Canelo even sold in totally to the PBC platform and this goes 12 rounds and it's a split decision. Don't be surprised at all if this is a 12-round fight, looks more like a sparring match than it does a fucking real fight. And everyone goes home happy. Like I said, win-win, right? We all got paid. I'm sorry, I'm out. I'm out of this one. I don't just hand over money because guys get in the ring. Hey, can I tell you guys the Spence and Crawford thing? Because I'm really upset.
Can't wait.
Listening.
Like,
all right.
Literally can't wait.
You can actually look for it, probably play it over the thing. But Spence literally said in an interview with Showtime, they said, Spence, you're the underdog in this fight. How does this bother you? Does this bother you that you're the underdog? And Spence goes, nah, man, I would pick myself as the underdog. If you've seen everything I've been through in my life, yeah, man, Terrence Crawford should be the favorite. What? What? He literally said that on air. He's not even, Lee, he doesn't even believe in himself. He doesn't even believe in himself. No.
Well, he's got a glass jaw, for God's sakes.
It's the car. He talks about the car accident, bro. That's what he says. And that's why I probably fucked it up. You should have listened to the interview. But, yeah, all in a nutshell, he basically told them they got it right. Terrence Crawford should be the favorite. If you knew what I went through in my life, he's the favorite. It's like, damn, bro. I don't know if Spence really thinks he's going to win this fight. I told you, they've had this weird kind of I'm already a legend kind of thing going on. Now he says this. Could be wrong, but I don't like it. I don't like a fighter saying, the other guy's the favorite.
Even if you think it, even if you legitimately think it, you don't say that shit on the mic.
Yeah.
Like, you cover that stuff.
Bet on that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, let's put money on that.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he's thinking something different. Sure.
All right. before Andrew has to go, let's talk about what happened last night, shall we?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal, Andrew.
Yeah, no, I hear you. The future.
All
Timothy's
right, so
future.
the real big baby fought a guy who wore, I don't know. By the way, I can't watch fights with my mom anymore. She votes basically on the way they dress.
That's all true.
She's like, oh no, for sure. Martin had the better outfit. I go, no, who cares? Who fucking cares? What was I watching last night, Andrew? Like, it was a car crash. And I don't know if he deserved a 9-1 score that they gave him.
There was a knockdown that added to his score. Look, it was just it was kind of eye opening for Anderson. Right, this was the biggest moment of his career, fighting the next champ. He's at home. He talked about having a lot of pressure during the week about this fight, and maybe it got to him. You know, the guy looked really flat-footed last night. He was very slow. My whole thing was, it seemed like he was fighting 37. He wasn't fighting 23 at 23. He's 23 years old fighting a fucking man who's almost 40. Act like it. Let's move around. Let's bounce. Let's throw combinations. His pressure was there as he was walking forward, but he's not throwing enough. His head movement, very slow, if at all, because he took so many fucking straight lefts from Martin. I loved how Martin looked coming in. That's the best Charles Martin I've seen to date. So I knew he was prepared for this fight. Then his confidence went through the roof, man, when he seen this young man could not stop his left hand. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough power to actually put Anderson down and get him out of there. So then Martin's, I guess, downside started playing in effect, where he kind of tires out during fights. And when he tires mentally, he starts breaking down. And that's what I thought I seen again last night, was his mental started leaving him once he felt like he couldn't keep up with the punches of Anderson anymore. Not the future. I kind of, you've seen Andre Ward chuckle. That's why I'm going to miss Andre too, because he is the best commentator on ESPN. Timothy Bradley's a fucking company man who just wants to agree with everything that ESPN tells him and Bob Arum tells him.
Listen, why are you shitting on?
Because that's what Timothy Bradley is. That's what he is. You've seen Andre laugh when he was calling him the future. He didn't laugh, but he chuckled. You can see in Andre's face, he's like, he is not the future. You can just see it. Then during the fight, round 7 or 8, Timothy Bradley's like, all Anderson needs to do is just continue to throw a jab and try to win this fight. It's like, oh my God, he went from being the future of the sport to let's just win this fight with the jab.
Yeah, let's just get this fight over with. Yeah. Let's just get through this tough. And I have to, like, they say this a lot, right, about the fighters coming to their hometown and being not the best performance. I mean, that has some credibility to it. I would definitely won't say it's the only reasoning, because there was other factors, right? It was the last minute opponent change and the fact that he was a southpaw. I don't remember offhand if his original opponent was a southpaw or not, but they got Martin in there, somebody who's a former champion, who's been in there with some bigger names. The guy has a lot more experience and has main evented before. If I'm not mistaken, this is Jared's first time main eventing. So there's a lot of factors involved here, which didn't make him look all that great. So that any one of those things or all of those things combined could be, I guess the factor, could be the reasoning why. Maybe it's a little too quick to say, like, oh no, that guy's not the fucking future. Like, maybe he still is, but we'll see how it looks next time around. He's a young cat. He needs to have these obstacles in front of him. And yeah, granted, it wasn't against the best opponent, but it's a guy who was supposed to give him rounds, and that's exactly what he did. I think this is the first time he went the distance, if I'm not mistaken, or at least 10 rounds, I should say.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. He did it, right?
All right. So the comparable is Evander Holyfield, right? Can we all agree that this is kind of the prototype to be an Evander type guy, right?
That's a stretch, but yeah,
that's a bit of a stretch.
That's what they're selling. That's literally what they're selling. He's kind of an Evander type guy, right?
Evander would have knocked his ass out last night.
Well, yes, I agree. What I'm broken about is what the fuck? Like, on my scoring, I don't know how Martin got as close as he got. Martin was a lot closer than the scoring gave him credit for.
Yeah,
I don't. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was gonna say I don't know. I think it was a fucking landslide. It was a wipeout. I mean, like, yeah, I don't. It was never. I mean, there was a couple of times, right? Those few couple of rounds where he looked like he was in the fight, but beyond that, it was Jarrett's show. Basically, it was there, especially at least the first fucking 4 rounds, giving away the 4 rounds, and then every so often, and this is I want to blame it more on Martin really because like he just went downhill like a motherfucker. He was doing well. It was obvious that he was trying to get Jarrett into the later rounds. That was obvious, right? He wasn't doing as much. He was basically letting Jarrett throw his fucking punches and maybe get himself a little tired, considering that he's never been 10 rounds. So I think he was just trying to get him into the deep waters, right? Understandable, we get it, but at some point you're gonna have to fucking pick it up. You as a fighter, the opponent, I should say, Martin, should have enough gas in the tank to really turn it up, in the second half of the fight and steal the fight basically. And he just didn't do that. And it could be his age, it could be last minute thing, because physically he looked pretty damn good. When he hopped on the scale, he looked pretty fucking good. We're like, oh shit, this dude was he, I mean, granted they're probably always in the gym anyway, but never like full, pedal to the metal kind of thing. So he was, probably still training in the gym, but it was just like, oh shit, he comes in looking pretty damn good. You're kind of surprised. Well, all right, well, let's see. And then he turns up, this shitter of a fucking performance. But he wasn't in there to lose. He wasn't in there to win. Sorry. They didn't put him in there to actually legitimately win, but to give the kid some rounds, and that's ultimately what happened. So yeah, it was on my scorecard. I mean, like I didn't actually take a score at all, but I'm fine with the fucking scorecards. It definitely wasn't close.
I agree with what Miguel said. I'll also give credit to Anderson's chin and his body work, his attack on the body on Martin. I thought that really helped him in 2 rounds. I thought he totally turned the fight with body shots. One of them was 2 shots back to back that ESPN they caught. They acknowledged the body shots. They didn't acknowledge the 30 seconds after that. Martin seemed to not even throw a punch, was more worried about what was coming at him. Give credit to Anderson for being able to find the, get those body shots in and get those rounds turned around in his favor. Also agree. Well, the fight was close. What made this fight close was that one round in particular that Anderson looked like he was going to go down. The heart of a champion, staying up through all those punches. He was taking everything off the chin and didn't go down, didn't break. Where was I going to go? Oh, the other thing was just the pop shots. Okay, when he's not winning the round, but he's landing way too many pop shots. Where if the opposition's better, a Tyson Fury or so, Tyson Fury will slap the shit out of you. You can't stop a straight. His was a straight left, but if you can't stop a straight right, straight left, something your head movement is not good. The guy like Tyson Fury is going to wipe you out. Alexander Usyk's going to wipe you out. These are target masters. They know how to hit their targets, So he's really got to work on his defense. The pullback defense was overused last night. He needs to do more side-to-side slipping, trying to find another way to dodge out of these punches. But Martin realized the kid kept pulling back. 90% of the time, his defense was just to lean back. He started throwing 2 straight rights, 2 straight lefts, and was landing at least one of them every time. And that's what I meant when Miguel put out his miscalculation of the pullback is not working. He's getting hit too much. That's why I threw in that. His girls better make him wear a condom, because if his miscalculation of the pullback game is that bad, what is his pullout game going to look like?
So every other aspect of his life.
Better make him strap up, because him fucking guy can't fucking measure a punch at all right now. Overall, Lee, no, I don't see the future there. I'm sorry. Maybe he grows into it, but what I'm looking at is his natural
ability, natural gifted ability. All I see right now is power, decent speed. But like I said, he's missing so many other aspects of what it takes to be the face of the heavyweight division. I don't see that coming. They'll ride it until the wheels fall off.
But even in this landscape right now, Andrew, like, I mean, people are pretty much out the door. Guys like Fury, guys like Wilder, they're only going to be around for a little bit longer. By the time they're gone, I mean, I should say by the time that Jared makes it to the top, which he may or may not, we don't know yet, obviously, but that's where it's looking like. By the time he makes it there, they're pretty much all going to be gone. Like, is there going to be, even at whatever he's lacking, let's just say for the sake of argument, he doesn't improve, and it's just how it is, considering the landscape at heavyweight right now. Like, you don't think he's still going to make it to the top? I mean, even with everybody else kind of on the way out?
If he makes it through all vacant title shots, but I don't see him even, I mean, if he tries to go through Usyk or Fury right now at this time, no, he's not winning that fight. These guys are 35. They're not 40. He's going to have to fight one of them, in my opinion. I believe for him to get to the heavyweight crown, he's going to have to fight one of those guys. One of those will still be around when he's almost ready right now, to be honest with you. He's doing main events now. I don't know if they're going to, do you see them really pulling back on him, or they're just
no, but it'll be like the tail end of somebody. Like, it'll be at the very end, like literally the very end, guys that are probably have already lost by that point or something like that. Like, I don't know, but it seems as though it's like too far.
Those guys are legends, though. Martin's not a legend, so their tail end might be too good for him. I guess is where I'm going. Because now you have to look at really the opposition of last night. That's why he was so upset with himself. He knows that fight was not supposed to go that way. This was supposed to be a come-out fight. Charles Martin's an ex-champ. We know he's a flash-in-the-pan type of champ. We know he's taken a lot of defeats from guys that are, better resumes. This was not supposed to go the way that it did. And like I said, I agree with you, Miguel, that the fight wasn't close on the scorecards. What I didn't like is how many times his head looked at them lights, man. His head was looking at them lights. It wasn't just a punch. These punches were like, damn, dude, you took all of that and you're staring at the ceiling. What the fuck? Like, you start getting hit. Even Deontay Wilder, man, he drops that right hand on you, dude, and you're taking that right off the chin, bro. You're not going to take too many of those. So, yes, if they do the PBC fucking game where he fights nothing but, stable guys for the next 7 years, then yeah, maybe he surpasses all this whole heavyweight division and will reign on the new generation. But I believe he's going to have to go through some of these guys to get there. And right now, what I seen last night, I don't like what I seen on his defense. He did get hurt bad. He didn't get dropped. He was definitely one punch away from being dropped. Martin is not that good. You know what I mean? He's not at that level where we thought Anderson's supposed to be or where he's going. So I'm a little bit nervous on anyone, even if they're at 38, 39 when they face him, could be too much.
Hey, check out @FightNet Radio on social media. We appreciate all of you for listening and watching. Anything from you, Andrew?
David Benavidez, Canelo, please drop the Charlo. Stay with PBC. Take on Benavidez. Take on the Morrell kid. Take on a super middleweight contender. I can't argue for you taking on a guy 14 pounds under you. I don't. It's just a bad day.
Miguel?
I hope somebody in the Spence and Crawford fight gets.
It doesn't matter what you think.
So I can postpone it for a different date, so I can actually watch it and not have to struggle with it. Have to go to the UFC card and then watch this, because I legitimately was planning to just order the shit on pay-per-view, take my fucking Fire Stick with me, and then watch that shit, in the fucking hotel room after the UFC. Like, literally, I was gonna get that fucking crazy with it. But if some shit happens, because we have suspected that someone's gonna get the AIDS between here and then, and the fight, because we took out a whole month, and that shit happens and it gets postponed, I'm just saying I wouldn't be mad.
Hey, Miguel.
Yes.
That could happen for you. What Lee showed us today with the ticket sales, the resale, ticket sale, whatever one you want to go off of, it doesn't look good right now for the fight. for them getting paid whatever millions they were guaranteed. Because from my knowledge in this sport, ticket sales are an indication of what pay-per-view is going to look like. If the fight is hot, those tickets are sold. There's only 20,000 of them, right? That's a max, 20,000
seats. It doesn't matter what you think they are.
They would have come out already and said sold out, guaranteed sold out, because they would have called the casinos and been like, "Hey, how are you guys doing? Oh man, our tickets are gone. As soon as we told our guys that we had these seats, we got 30,000 calls the first day for all our high rollers wanted them." That didn't happen. There's no talk of this fight being successful at all financially, and we're a fucking month away, you guys. We're a month away.
Yeah, and by the way, other pay-per-view, I mean, other fucking channels or what is it, streaming services are going to highlight their welterweight division this coming weekend as well. We got fucking Ortiz and Stanionis on fucking DAZN, and then we got on Showtime, we got Jaron Boots, what the fuck his name is, Ennis. So they're already marketing the next fucking welterweights. Yeah, but I mean, it's the month of the welterweights. What I'm trying to say, they're all trying to capitalize on the fact that got the welterweight title fight on the line later this month. And, yeah.
Anyone else? What a show. What
a
show.
Too loud, guys. Sorry if I yelled too much.
Click like, subscribe, smash the BFF button. Thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate all of you.